Welcome to the Thursday night takeover, hosted by none other than Ethan Man Williams, who will be here shortly. As you know, he had to run and pick up some water for the show because can't no show start without water. But he ain't really used to the type of water in which we use over here on the Aaron O show. We drink lots of water, so he had to literally run down the stove. He don't live in the neighborhood where the corner store down the stove. So he kind of had to drive a little bit to get to a corner store, but you know what it is. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Thursday night takeover. Of course, what type of person would I be if I didn't acknowledge the sponsor of the last show? So shout out to my guy, Day, who was the sponsor of the last show, and he was wrong about that rat that we played from New York. He said it was like a possum. I don't allow people to just blatantly lie like that in front of all of us. We know what kind of rats they got in New York City. They like mutant ninja turtle rats. All right. It's a whole nother level of rats over there. All right. So I had to make sure he understood that. I'm talking about put some glasses on. Do you understand we got 2020 vision through computers these days? Do you understand? Man, but anyway, shout out today. I appreciate you. Thank you for sponsoring the show. It's gonna be another good show. Hopefully, that's what we're working on today. So as always, oh, that's what I was working on. I was working on that banner that I got to get done, and I'm gonna do that in the middle of the show. But thank you for the hold up. I'm gonna bring the host of the show to the panel, none other than the man Williams.
How you doing, brother?
I mean, life is good. Life is good. Oh, you got your water.
You got my water. You got the cheap stuff too.
Oh no, you got to be cheap. You got to be cheap. I don't want you overpaying. Do not overpay. Okay, absolutely not.
I was telling myself, I said, man, I can't drink. Drinking with Aaron. See, I used to drink.
One moment, either man Williams. One moment, moderators, please time out Sharon Bracey for the New York City disrespect. So he gonna acknowledge those rats like everybody else, or we not gonna hear from him today. Won't be no repping no NY up here unless y'all acknowledge these rats. All right, mutant rats. Talking about possum. We will not have this today. No. I'm sorry. Please continue on, brother. How's everything?
It's good, man. I just got back from New Orleans. Had a good time out there. Had a chance to really kind of reset, man. This is a good time of the year to kind of reset. Let me ask you a question.
Before you ask me a question, you was in NO?
I was in New Orleans. New Orleans. That's how they say New Orleans. I was out there in New Orleans. So I had a good time.
Listen here, my good brother. The only time I'm going out there is probably to see Granville or Sherelle or something. But let me be clear, it's too hot. Too hot. So I don't know. I don't really do well with the mucus sweat. All right, you know what I'm talking about, okay? Yeah.
So I wanted to try this restaurant down on Bourbon Street, and I thought it was a good idea to take my kids to this restaurant. So I took my kids to this restaurant. We ate. It was cool. I ran into about 15 of my friends, and it was like, let's go grab some ice cream. So I grabbed some ice cream, and then it was like, hey, wait for us to go back. We left. We left maybe 2 minutes. We got a call from our friend to say these New Orleans niggas was out there shooting. So I don't think I'm going back out there to New Orleans for a while. They were shooting at each other on Bourbon Street. And I think it was for a $5 nickel bag. They was out there shooting at each other for $5.
Listen. See, the way out here in California, we have a real big economy. They need that $5. They need it. So I can understand by them ready to do whatever they got to do. Okay. I can understand it.
So I want to say shout out to Granville, man. Granville met up with me. Like, it means a lot to me when I go to people's cities and they actually meet up with me, because I've been to a couple of y'all cities, and y'all act like y'all number changed or something. So shout out to Granville. Granville, he took me and my wife to some nice restaurants. We had a chance to sit down and talk. I really appreciate that, especially when I went to the city. His hospitality
Granville is part of my squad, so all my people is 100. All of them. Otherwise, I can't really. I don't really be around. Granville, good peoples, man. Good peoples. Now he do drive people crazy, okay? Because he can be a chat terror, okay? He can, but in real life, good dude, man. Good dude off these panels, brother. Trust me. Hey, Blue Dream.
What's up, Blue Dream? How you doing?
I think I timed out Sharon. Yeah, he can't even say nothing in the chat. That's crazy. Shout out to Nick. He says the greatest show on YouTube. Salute. What's going on, brother? Thank you for being here. We chilling tonight. A lot of stuff went on while I was not here. While I was at work, I was listening to the Cheeky Banner show, and I was not very happy. I'm gonna just tell you that now. I was not very happy.
Hey, I want to play this video. Yeah. I'm not going to actually show it. I want you to listen to this video. Tell me who you believe that this sounds like.
Straight crack. But the thing about it is, I lost 100 pounds still eating French fries. but I had to realize I was eating the wrong type of fries. So as good as these is.
Let me pause it right there. Who do you think that sounds like? If you just randomly heard a voice in the name, who would you? I was watching this video today and I heard this and I was like, this sounds like somebody I know. Let me run it back. Before I get your first comment, let me run it back.
Crack. But the thing about it is I lost 100 pounds still eating French fries. But I had to realize I was eating the wrong type of fries. So as good as these is, deep down we all know they straight trash. So what I'm gonna do?
Who that sound like to you? If you randomly you had to pick somebody out, like somebody in the space, who would you think that voice sound like?
Nope, you're not getting me. I'm not getting involved. All I heard was I lost 100 pounds eating French fries. I'm not doing this. The only person that would sell a deal like that is OG JSP. But I really don't know what you think.
Listen, I want you not to listen before we get started the show. Don't listen to what they saying. I want you to actually listen to how they sound. So if you had to choose anybody in this space, anybody, I'm trying to make sure that I'm not off when I heard this voice. So let's play it back.
Straight crack. But the thing about it is I lost 100 pounds still eating French fries. But I had to realize I was eating the wrong type of fries. So as good as these is, deep down we all know they straight trash. So what I'm gonna do is,
who that sound like?
I don't know, man. I'm gonna let the chat figure that out. I'm not getting involved with this. I don't know.
Hold on, let me play one more time. I know I've been listening to this video all day, and I was like, "There's no way that this person sounds so much alike the person I think." Let's play it one more time.
I'm gonna show you what.
Let's play it one more time for the people in the chat.
No, these straight crack. But the thing about it is I lost 100 pounds still eating French fries. But I had to realize I was eating the wrong type of fries. So as good as these is, deep down we all know they straight trash. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you what I do instead. I'm gonna show you a better option. Hold on one
I'm staying out of that. I'm staying out of that. I have no idea who that is. I don't know, man. Tommy B, what up? I have no idea who that is. Spence, what up, Brody? I can't call it. They a smooth talker. They a smooth talker.
The chat say they know who it is. Looking at the chat, they say that sound like Ali. When I heard that, I was like, dang, that must be like his long lost cousin or something. And they kind of look alike too. I didn't want to put the picture up.
That's crazy. Yeah, don't put that picture up. Don't you do it. You gonna have Ali pull up out of nowhere. Brother, why? Don't do it. Don't
See,
do
the thing about it is he gonna get on that case just like it. So I thought that was funny. But no, let's get into the show. Like somebody try to tell you that you can lose 100 pounds by eating French fries. So do you believe if I decided just to start eating more and more French fries, I could lose about 100 pounds?
Yes, if you exercise beyond the amount of consumption, yes. But I don't think most people that would do that would. But you could do it. It's just highly unlikely. If you stuff in your face with French fries, and French fries is my favorite food. I haven't had them in a while, but if I'm stuffing first I have to have enough weight to lose 100 pounds, right? So you probably got to be 350, 400, something like that. Then you could easily lose 100 eating French fries. You just have to work out crazy. So I look at it like that. I don't know. I don't want to start no trouble. Everybody deserves love.
Everybody deserves love. That's a very powerful statement. So you believe that everybody deserves love? Can you hear me?
I'm saying that based upon what I've heard from women in particular, when they say everybody deserves love. I don't know about nobody deserving anything, but I have heard that consistently said from women. Everybody deserves love.
So once you start getting money, right? You start getting these calls, right? And people typically start asking you questions about loaning them some money. So let me ask you a question. Have you ever had like a family member that called you and said, hey, can I hold a couple dollars? Have you ever had that situation?
Yes.
All right. So what I want to do.
No, I did not get the money back. Move on to the next question.
Oh, so you actually loaned them the money?
I mean, I knew I probably wasn't gonna get it back. I just take the money, man.
So, but what was the reason that you loaned them the money?
They ranked high enough in my rankings.
They ranked high enough in your rankings. All right. So here's what I want to say before we get in the show. Right. I'm gonna play this video for you. If you had somebody call you like this, right? I want you to listen up. Would you give him the money? Would you give him the money? Like,
hey, congratulations on all your success on your big shows and all that. What you doing?
Yeah, I appreciate that, Black Tony.
I hate to break everybody.
So somebody first congratulate you. So I think this person is actually coming from a good place, Aaron. They coming in hot. Man, first of all, congratulations on all this money you made over there at your job, Aaron. Congratulations, man. You working real hard. Let's play a little bit more of the video.
No, I hate to really, put a bad mood on the morning show right now, but
you're not coming to work.
I can't come to work. So I don't too emotional to this crowd.
Hey man, how you call in sick every day?
Rick, please, just listen to me. Just hear me out, son.
Yeah.
Before you go off on me, just hear me out.
So last show we had a show, and Aaron said that men supposed to be able to cry. They supposed to be able to be transparent with their loved one. So I'm just trying to connect it all, right? I want to make sure I connect it all, right? I was in New Orleans, but I was definitely paying attention, right? So Aaron, coming to you
oh man,
in an emotional state. He's coming to you in a situation where he got tears in his eyes. Before you respond, I want to play a little bit more. Let's play a little bit more of this video.
This guy.
I really need the people listening to step onto the plate because I need some money. Thank you. I need some money because I talked to Dr. Collier last night.
He said that he ain't got no money, Aaron, but the doctor called him last night. He made a house call to this man last night. I want to know if you're going to give your money to this guy. Let's play a little bit deeper.
And yesterday, my heart stopped beating for like 4 hours.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, Rob. I know it's tough. My heart wasn't beating for like 4 hours.
Man, that's tough, man. Aaron, I know for a fact that you never experienced your heart stop beating for 4 hours. So we got to have a certain level of, empathy for this man. His heart stopped beating for 4 hours. Let's go a little bit deeper.
It's more?
And I called out.
Yeah, it's a little bit more.
I called you while it wasn't beating because I felt it had stopped. And I called out the car. And he said, I need a new one. I need a heart. I need to get another one. And he told me if I come up with $1,500, he could put one in for me next week. Probably like.
So if you just loan him $1,500, if you give him $1,500, he got Jay Prince the doctor is gonna strap him up and give him a brand new heart. All right. So if you got this call, this your cousin. I mean, this is the one that you said he been watching your show, Aaron. He said that you said that he can cry. You said that he can be able to express himself emotionally. I just want to know. Are you gonna write that check for $1,500 so your cousin can get a new heart?
It's I only have one family member that I know that actually watches my show. I don't even let other family members know I'm on YouTube. Like they know, but they don't really know. I don't send them no links or this type of thing, right? I don't know. You gotta play it again. I really don't remember what he said. Play it again. All right,
let's run it back. Let's actually run it back from the top. I want to make sure you ain't miss nothing. All right.
Hey, congratulations on all your success on your big shows and all that. What you doing?
Yeah, I appreciate that, Black Tony.
I hate to break everybody down. I hate to really, put a bad mood on the morning show right now, but
you're not coming to work.
I can't come to work, so I don't too emotional to this crowd.
Hey man, how you call in sick every day?
Rick, please, just listen to me. Just hear me out, son.
Yeah.
Before you go off on me, just hear me out. I really need the people listening to step onto the plate because I need some money. Thank you. I need some money because I talked to Dr. Collier last night, and yesterday my heart stopped beating for like 4 hours.
Wow.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, Rob. I know it's tough. My heart wasn't beating for like 4 hours. And I called Dr. Collier while it wasn't beating because I felt it had stopped. And I called Dr. Collier, and he said, I need a new one. I need a heart. I need to get another one. And he told me if I come up with $1,500, he could put one in for me next week.
Heart.
Probably like Monday or Tuesday. He said I can come in. He could put one in for me. But I need $1,500 to get it started. And then he said I could pay every month like $300 till it paid off.
Put a heart on layaway.
Well, a heart.
So, so I need everybody to send me some money to my cash out. If everybody
So
listening,
you trying to get a $1,500?
Yeah.
So, Aaron, do you believe that everybody should cash app him? Because there's a lot of people on here, when they get to crying, they get to get in their feelings. Should we be sending out them cash apps, Aaron? I want to know.
I'm going to be honest with you. This is hard for me to say. I'm not saying you shouldn't ask for help if you need it. I'm not going to say that. But most men, and this ain't all, but most, don't believe if they actually go and cry on the internet for money that it'll work. Like, I'm going to be like dead honest with you. Most men don't believe that's possible, especially if you're not a celebrity. Like, if you was, because remember Kylie Jenner, one of the Jenners, was close to being a billionaire, right? And then people start donating money to her to make her be like one of the youngest billionaires. Fine. She already a celebrity. People, that makes sense. But to be a random man, to go on the internet and ask for money, it will not work. It will not work. You have to literally sell a story to people to make them want to believe in you, to kind of donate to you. But they have to feel really, really bad. And I mean really bad. If somebody hit me with that, I'm going to be honest with you. Like a family member hit me with that. I got a ranking system. Me and my brother talk about it all the time. We got ranking systems. 1,500, you better be high up on my ranking system. That's all I can tell you, because I have no problem letting people know just how hard it is out here, and the struggle is real. So you talking about taking almost a little bit more than half the money I'm worth. Let me see. I was at 2,200 last show. I'm probably worth like $2,500 right now. So if I give you 15, then my net worth fall down to $1,000. I don't know, bro. My rule is not for me to be worth. I can't give away half my net worth. I just can't do it, bro. I can't. Now, if the doctor is convinced that this is the only way to save your life, and you want half my net worth, I'm gonna be honest with you. And this is fair, I think. This is fair. I should get you to sign a contract to say that you have to work for me for at least the next 5 years. I think that's fair, because if you wasn't going to live anyway without this 1,500, I think it's fair that if I give you half my net worth, more than half, that you should be working for me in the next couple of years. I think you should sign the contract. And if that's the case, I had to go ahead and do that, because that type of money that you can make off that type of labor, man, priceless. So I might have to do it.
So what you saying is that they're gonna have to come be an indentured servant to you, or
they pay. No, it's contractual agreements.
But that's what indentured servants was. What happened is they gave them a lump sum of money up front to share what they wanted, and then they had to go work it off.
I don't know if that's how contracts work nowadays, but I'm going to get it written up. And if they think that they ain't going to live anyway, you can't tell me that the next 3, 4, 5 years of your life ain't worth it if you wasn't going to live anyway. Yeah, go. Yeah. I think it's fair. I think it's fair.
So I'm glad you said that. So let me get my campaign.
Wait. T.O. said, "Oh boy, better cry out to Alexa and ask how to get some money." Yeah, that ain't gonna work, T.O. That ain't gonna work. Here's a donation for the Crybaby Fund. See, we already $1,498 to the way.
So,
No,
I,
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I,
Ain't nobody calling me.
I, I,
1,500, man. You dead. You better come from my ribs for 1,500.
so I'm glad you said that, Aaron, because I've been going through some things lately. And I gotta have this old little Michael usual. My wife, she pulled it out of the back. I mean, it was all the way in the back of our closet in that 4,000 square foot house. And I've been asking your chat to donate to your Cash App so I can get a new mic. And it really been hard because I've been struggling. People been telling me that they can't hear me, and I can't even get my words out because I'm telling you guys, man, just send them a Cash App. Just say for Ethan Man Williams mic. Just take just $5.
Yeah.
$5 to Aaron O. And we gonna go here and get Aaron O to get me a new mic. Because I'm tired of sounding like a fool on the line. Aaron O said something about a $1,200 mic, and I can't do that. So if you find it in your heart,
Wait. What did J Hub say? You better off having them sign off as a beneficiary on an insurance policy. Because who gonna sign up off there knowing that he ain't got more than a few months to live with that heart? But you know what? Might be worth.
Blue Dream, this is what I'm telling Aaron. Amazon got mics for $20. There's no reason he should not have bought his brother a mic by now. I be on here sounding like I ain't got no furniture.
Listen, sweat equity is a must in YouTube, okay? And you got to go through the sweat equity process, all right? Yeah, you don't get one of those nice mics, drown out the sound and all those things. Nah. In due time.
So Blue Dream, just $20 a day. You can save an Ethan Man Williams show. Just $20. Just send it on over to Aaron. And Aaron, make sure you shout out the Cash App when you get it. They kicked me off Cash App. They told me I was begging. And I couldn't get Cash App no more.
Yeah, I know they kicked you off. And I know why they kicked you off too.
We ain't gonna talk about that.
I know.
We're gonna talk about something else. But hey, let's get ready to start the show. We just wanted to bring a level
of the angel. See, that's the only way you're gonna get that donation if you don't play that background sound. Play that background sound, and you might get that. Oh, little D'Angelo. Just 25 cents could make a huge change. I'm telling you. Like, you gotta have the right sound in the background, okay? T.O. says another donation to buy some tissue from the hood corner store to wipe his rusty tears. Well, hey, listen, I told him because you was on your way to the corner store, but you had to drive because in your neighborhood they don't have no convenience stores close by, so you had to drive to the neighborhoods in which most people don't want to live in. That's where you had to go and drive by.
So I'm gonna check this out. If I got Asian people at my community, so that means I live in the hood, right? Because I ain't never seen the Asian people open up a store.
Oh, wait, hold on, Ethan Man. Hold on. We got a donation to your mic fund.
Hallelujah! Listen, that we starting at $1 a day. They snipers. I forgot we snipers over here. I just want to say that was the most important donation. We appreciate the other donations, but that $1 donation, I'm telling you, means so much to me. Matter of fact, that's my first Cash App. No, my sister gave me my first Cash App on my first show, but that's my first Cash App over here on the Aaron O Show. We'll appreciate that dollar, and that dollar will be used. Aaron will use that to get my mic. All right, now we only need how many more dollars for the mic you gonna get me, Aaron?
The mic that I've been looking at, we gonna be leading the hit the cash. It's gonna need a lot more than that. To tell you, you're gonna need a lot more than that. I'm gonna just tell you that now.
Hold on, we gotta take it to the Baptist. We got 94 people here. If everybody just send $1, we'll be close to replacing this roof on this church. Now we've been trying to replace it for the next 22 years.
Man.
But nah, what we want to do is make you guys laugh a little bit these first 30 minutes. We want to dive into the show, man. And we'll appreciate y'all guys coming, man. You could be anywhere else on Thursday night, and you decide to come over here with me and Aaron. So we'll appreciate that big time. So, couple questions.
All right, now. I think they working on the Eat a Man Fund. Hold on, you got another member of the Eat a Man Life. Here you go. Here you go.
See,
okay. I'll be right back.
I keep telling people, slow and steady is the way that you win the race. Slow and steady is the way that you win the race. Look at that. So shout out to my guy J Hub. J Hub says Either Man Williams got to pull out that preacher towel. Yeah, I know you're 100% right, J Hub. If you go do the preacher thing, you gotta have that towel. Them towels, boy. I call them towels. We get with them towels got the Holy Ghost in them. So they got a little sweat in them too, but they do got the Holy Ghost in them too. So earlier today, Aaron had a chance to watch over on Cheeky channel, and Cheeky was talking about 50-50 versus a man paying 100%. So let me ask y'all guys in the chat before we get to starting to talk about this conversation. If you believe as a man or your man should pay 100% of the bills, I want y'all guys to put a 1 in the chat, right? If you
I just got back and I heard 100 bills. What? No, repeat that question. No.
So this is for ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna ask this question 2 ways. If you are a man and you feel that you should pay 100% of the bills, you should put a 1 in the chat. And ladies, if you feel like your future husband should pay all of the bills, I want y'all guys to put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if that. Now, fellas, if you say, hey, check this out. She lived here 50% of the time, just like I live here 50% of the time. I want you guys to put a 2 in the chat if y'all should split these bills because we equal. I want to get an understanding of where we at. All right. So we got, I think this is a young lady. This young lady says 100% of the bills.
Wait. Before we get to that, we got another donation to the Free to Eat a Man Mike Foundation. Oh, here you go, brother. They had to throw in for the taxes on that $1 charge. All right, just doing some extra change on there. Okay.
Appreciate y'all guys. So Grizz says this right here. He said he need his super chat money and his super chat money. So she need to pay half of these bills. Shout out to my guy Grizz, always here supporting the show. So it looked like it's a little bit everywhere. So we see J Hub says 0. He don't agree with none of them at first. Well, I see some 1s in the chats. I see some 2s in the chats. I see a whole bunch of 2s. What it's looking like to me is, he said he ain't no lady. All right, cool. What it looks like to me is that some men are willing to pay all the bills, and some men. Do you think women look at men different for men who's willing to pay all the bills versus someone who's looking for a woman to pitch in?
That's a really good question, and make sure I acknowledge my guy Tony with the $5 super chat. Shout out to you, Tony. Appreciate you, brother. And J Hub says you gotta at least make her pay the electric so she can stop touching the thermostat. You know what? That is a fact. J Hub is 1,000% correct. If they pay that bill, they be like, we don't need no heat right now. I swear to God, we don't need no heat right now. We good without the heat. Just get another blankie. But if you paying for it, turn the heat on. Shout out to J Hub, the wizard. He can see everything. But go ahead and ask that question one more time.
Hello, before we ask that question, because I want to talk about that super chat. So I grew up in a household where my daddy.
Wait. The Eat a Man Mike Foundation has received another donation. It is to support the Eat a Man Mike Foundation.
Appreciate it.
So one helpless mic at a time.
And what we're gonna do, because we know that Aaron got some integrity. I know I'm gonna get a mic, so he's not gonna misuse y'all funds. Everybody who's donate to this mic fund, I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna make sure I hold Aaron accountable to get my mic. So y'all keep sending those dollars, because at the end of the show, if everybody just send $1, we can be at $101. I'm telling you right now, we can make it happen. But back to his comment. I grew up in a household where my father used to always tell me, hey, you don't pay no bills in here, so don't touch my lights, don't touch my thermostat, don't touch my stuff. So as a kid, I promised myself that I was going to make enough money that I never complained about the lights. I never complained about the thermostat. And I actually did this on purpose. My daddy came to see me, Aaron. I made sure I left every light. I told the family, you don't cut no lights off while he's here. Unless you going to sleep, we gonna make sure he's like, and we left all the lights on for the whole week that he was there. And he asked me at least 1,000 times. I said, well, you told me if I pay the bills, we can leave these lights on. So I was that petty when my daddy came to see me in my house because I wanted to prove a point.
Yeah, you petty. You petty. Most dads can still beat their son up, so you got lucky. Do I think women look at men differently that pay the bills? Yes. I do think they look at them differently. But looking at somebody differently and how you treat somebody is a showing of character. So if the fact that someone can buy something that somebody else can't buy, then you're probably, and the only difference is they can purchase something as opposed to a difference. Then you have to start breaking those things down. So I do believe women do look at men differently, though. To what degree, I couldn't say for certain.
So we definitely want to have this conversation with the chat. So we dropped the StreamYard. Aaron's going to actually pin it to the top 2. If you guys want to come up and have this conversation, I'm curious to see what you guys think about it. I think a lot of people don't.
That's not how you drop a link either, man. You dropped a link. You see the link that I dropped, that's more official. Okay. So I pinned that one.
I can't see the one you dropped, but I see the call in cam up. Okay, I see it. Look at that. Aaron growing up.
We small time YouTubers over here. Small time YouTubers over here.
I remember when you dropped that first link, you didn't have all that. It just had StreamYard.
Listen, we got to make adjustments in real time. All right. Technical difficulties do happen. All right.
And so, yeah, I hope if the ladies don't feel comfortable coming up, that's cool too. But I hope they do come up because I'm curious to understand the mindset. Because I personally believe that women feel that they have more say-so the more they pay. I'm going to say that again. I think the more a woman pay and the more a woman contribute, the more she believes that she have the right to say. What do you think about that, Aaron?
Well, you know what type of thinker I am, right? I believe that's true. However, I also believe that even if a woman don't pay, she want her opinion valued. So,
keep going.
Like no matter how you look at it, they want to say so. And to what degree they may be willing to pull back some, but typically if you pay for something, they may be less disagreeable, but they still want their opinion to matter. They still want to feel valued. So regardless of you paying for it all, if they paying for it, they want to feel valued in most cases.
So it's a difference. So it's a difference between a woman wanting to be heard and a woman wanting a say-so. Those two things are not the same. And I can elaborate a little bit. To be heard is saying that she want to make sure that you're hearing and taking in consideration on when you're making decisions. A say-so says that she want to be part of the making the decision.
You think there's a difference with that, but that there's not really a distinction in that with your statement you made. I understand what you're trying to say, but I'm telling you, a woman, whether she pays for something or not, if she cares about it, she don't care if she don't pay. It's our money, right? I want say so in something. Now, if you telling me if you pay for something in total, and you get total final say, even if you listen to her, I would say no woman's going to want to deal with that man, regardless. Like, even it sounds good in theory, but I've seen enough women divorce men and say they don't want to deal with the fact that he think he get the last say. It ain't worth it. When I start seeing women that say, listen, because I talk about this all the time. Oh, look, I'm willing to deal with a man, close my eyes, because he got money and this and that, because all men cheat. When women start telling other women, look, you can have him, that's when my eyes really start like looking like, you know what? That ain't enough for women. It sounds good to women when they ain't got it, but when they have it, a lot of women willing to walk away, and most of them do.
Actually, no, that's what we disagree. I think that
Yeah.
I think most women, I think most women will not walk away from a man if you make a certain amount of money. Point blank. I think
because those men compromise. And see, like, you can sit here and act like looking at the numbers and say, yeah, the divorce rates are lower in these ranges, and I can agree to that. But I can also tell you, woman's name is on these business accounts. I see them all the time. Access all the time. So she has say so. She can take money. She's not limited in a lot of these cases when you start speaking to these women. So it's not like the way you're kind of describing it is, look, I still get the final say so. I'm telling you, a lot of those marriages, those women are way more powerful than we're giving the light to, as if they just going to go along with the man doing because he got the money. No, they have power and they are involved in a large majority of those cases.
So you believe in majority of marriages, the women names are on the business accounts, the actual business accounts?
Well, yes. When you start talking about the numbers going up and things like that, yes. Yes. Especially if you're talking about businesses that are not run as enterprises, right? Like, we're not talking about the huge mega companies and things like that. Let's not veer off into the stratospheric. That's a whole nother level. The way those companies are put together, that's not the same. But in a general sense, yeah, those women tend to have access.
So okay, so we're not talking about S corps or bigger. You're talking about LLCs.
Because we're talking about relatively not those earners. We're talking about, you know what I mean? We're not going extreme. Are we going extreme here?
No. What I'm saying is that if you understand the benefits of having a single member LLC versus a partner LLC, it's two different things. But you can put your assistant on an account. They can be an authorized user.
Yeah. But I'm saying to that degree, though. Obviously, yes, I'm saying to that degree. Authorization. Like, I'm obviously the other aspect, we can agree to that. I'm just saying it's not like they're just have no say so, no power, can't do nothing. Those women don't tend to stick around. They want to be empowered, and you have to put them in positions of power, or they tend to walk away.
Interesting. That's interesting. So let's dive into the video, and then I want to get into this list. I don't know if everybody saw this list, but a person that's very dear to my heart showed me this list, and she was having a lot of conversations about it, and she wanted us to talk about it. So do you believe that it's a list out there what all the men want? Do you think that this is a realistic list, or you think that every man is different?
Well, before we get to that list, J Hub says once they start paying bills, they start dragging their nuts. I don't necessarily think that's the case. It's a case by case thing, I think, personally, J Hub, but it's more about the man. But I think it's not that crazy. It depends what type of women you like. I mean, some men only deal with certain type of women. When you start to adjust that and deal with all different types of women, you get different experiences.
So all the people that's asking about the title, I just want to break this down. We're not going to get into this quite yet, but what we're talking about is a woman dropped a list of things that should be done for your man as a woman. And me and Aaron's going to kind of talk about that, but that's going to be a little bit later on in the show. The first thing I want to do is welcome my guy, J Hub. J Hub, I'm going to tell you right now, J Hub, before you even get up here.
Shit.
If you haven't dropped $1 to the Edelman Williams fund, we got to put you down. I
think I was the first donor in the arms of the angel.
Okay, so I just wanted to make sure. I thought that was you, but it's not my Cash App, so I can't see the name. So I just had to make sure that you was on Team New Mic. We're gonna call it the Team New Mic because Aaron is gonna get me a new mic. We only need 1,200 more people. The mic that I want need 1,200 more people to donate in their heart. So
that mic you got look good. It's like you on your built-in mic or some shit. That shit like it don't even sound like a real mic that you on.
Oh, for real? That might be good. Everybody been telling me it's been bad, but this is the first time I pulled this one out. So we'll see. So let me ask you a question, J Hub. Before we get into the video, J Hub, do you believe that you should pay 100% of the bills?
That's a difficult question, man.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
In a perfect world, I think I should. It would be best. It would be in my best interest. But I mean that's a hard question. I can go. It's a lot.
Hold that thought. Hold that thought. What's up, Mac? How you doing, Mac?
How you doing there, sir?
Pretty good. So,
am I clear? Is that coming through from there?
It's coming in great. But for you to pull that mic out, I know for a fact that you donated $1 to Either Man Williams getting the mic fund. You did.
I did.
Right, cool.
I was the first. I was the first.
See, this I gotta get access to Aaron Cash App because everybody telling me they was the first, and I just playing. I don't know who was the first and who was the second.
It says Matt, right, Aaron? Aaron, it says Matt, right? That first one? That's me.
Yeah, so Matt was the first. Appreciate you on this journey to get Either Man Williams a better mic. But let me ask you a question. I like your mic. What kind of mic you got?
I got a simple Blue Yeti microphone. I bought this at Best Buy. What I did was I went on YouTube and found different ways to adjust the settings in it to make it sound closer to a professional microphone, because somebody who's more seasoned, better with audio technical, they would say it's a shitty mic. And in some cases, yes, but I mean, for what you're trying to do online, YouTube, I see people start out with this and do great with it. You just get in there and play with the settings with certain different applications. You can. It's like I don't know a better way to give an analogy, but it's like taking something that's inferior and making it now standard, average. You know what I mean?
All right. So let me ask you this question, Matt. Mr. Black Sheep, I see you in the back. Give us a second. So, Matt, do you believe that you should pay 100% of the bills?
I would say no. I would say no.
No.
Either man. I just told you I designed a new avatar.
Oh, my
Use
bad.
this one. I just designed this for you.
Appreciate you. Mr. Black Sheep, how you doing? Trying to make sure that's you. I think I see you.
I'm good. How are you?
Yep. Okay, cool. Perfect. You can calm down. All right, cool. So, Mr. Black Sheep, let me ask you the question. Do you believe that you should pay 100% of the bills?
No. I believe that the woman should pay 75% of the bills. I should work. I should save up my money and then divorce her so I can get half her money. That's what I think.
So you telling me, I just want to make sure I hear you correctly. You saying that she need to pay majority of the bills and you'll be the tip or the cherry on top.
I'm always the cherry on top. I am the prized, Either Man. I am the prize.
So you the prize at 25%. Okay, cool. So we're going to dive into this video real quick. Aaron's going to pull up the video. And what I want people to understand, I want to follow this video. When the video is playing, let's let it play, and we will respond to it at the end. But hold on. Let me talk to my guy, Granville. Granville, welcome to the show. So should you pay 100%? Sir? Pretty good, sir. I said, should you pay 100% of the bills, or do you think that she should pay some of them bills?
Women are the future. They hold all the power. They're smarter. They're brighter. I have a 4th grade education. I cannot read. So in that instance, they should pay 100% of the bills and let me be the rightful house husband I am.
So
Damn, nigga, where did you go to school at?
So I want to make sure I hear it right. So what he's
I went to
saying,
college.
Granville is saying this right here. Granville said he gonna pay for all the dates. He gonna take you to Rude Chris. He gonna take you to Applebee's. He gonna take you to all the nice places. You just got to make sure that you sustain the lifestyle.
Cheesecake
I
Factory.
will take you to dinners at home because you will be buying the groceries. I have no problem getting them out of the car. I will cook. I will clean. I will do everything you need me to do inside. And I will play my video games all day and make sure your food's done, your clothes are ironed, they're washed, the house
Preach,
tidy,
queen.
the kids are picked up. Oh, whoa, the queen part. Oh, I'm a king, sir. I'm a king. I am her king. I am her house king. I am her house king. I will make sure everything's done. She wouldn't have to worry about anything around the house.
So you advocating for a stay-at-home husband?
Yeah.
You gonna take care of the kids too, so she can go back to work?
Yeah.
So Aaron, pull up that video. I know you said you had the video, right? Pull up that video. I want to really dive into this video because I wanted to respond to it earlier, but I was working.
Same here. Same here. I got it.
I was actually paying some bills. So yeah, let's definitely pull it up real quick.
Stop living. Oh my God.
Yep.
So I haven't watched this video, right? I have not watched this video yet, but I can almost bet my money the dude with hair is gonna say that he want the 50-50. I don't know, but I can tell J Hub, no shot to you, but usually people with hair ain't willing to pay 100% of the bill. Do y'all disagree?
He need his hair redone, so you can already tell. Is that what it is, Either Man?
Nah, look. He see the one guy is. Let's talk about the body language first before we start this video. One dude is like cool, sitting back, look like he's kind of controlling the room, and then the other guy, just what I'm looking at, like I said, I haven't seen it. It looked like he's trying to convince somebody or something. Do y'all think the body languages say more than what they really do? Or is
you mean like you're up here on this panel trying to convince us to pay 100% of the bills?
I'm not trying to convince anything. I ain't trying to convince anything. My question that I'm asking is if you look at their body languages, because you know, I believe in the love languages and all this stuff. Aaron say I'm crazy for believing in those kind of things. Do you think that their body language is speaking right now, guys?
Which one?
Yeah, it actually is to me. It actually is. The gentleman that has his leg up on the couch, I can tell he's not that tall because that's not a tall nigga posture. The way that the back of his knee is all in the middle of the couch cushion, I can tell he's about like 5'7", 5'8". And the reason I know is because I do that too when I'm too short for my feet to hit the floor on the couch. Just saying.
You
very unprofessional.
You said that if he sit back, his legs just gonna be dangling.
His legs is swinging and dangling. That short nigga posture right there. That's what that tells me.
Honestly, Either Man, in 2023, any nigga that got a fresh cut and some glasses on a panel, you gotta listen to them niggas real hard. I don't trust them niggas like that. They be trying to look too fresh and shit and be saying all the right shit. I mean, you gotta do a background check or something. And everybody get on here and make some shit sound good for 59 seconds for a clip. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe these niggas.
So let's play the video. Let's play the video so we can kind of see.
Well,
actually, can you drop the link in the back?
Yeah, so that way you can control it because I want you to be able to control where you want to stop at and where you want to go. So let me.
Have y'all guys actually seen this video?
All right, so E, you should be able to hit the link and pull it up so you can navigate where you want to stop and go. I haven't seen the whole thing. I was watching a little bit when Cheeky was live, but I was not able to chime in. And yes, I was very unhappy with that, I will say.
All right, cool. Give me 1 second.
In the meantime, let me talk to the people while Either Man work on his technical skills. Because I've come around like like a whole 180 on a lot of the way we think about this. So I got a lot of thoughts on it, honestly.
Look at that. You see how fast I got to that? Whoa, it took me only about 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Last time it took me about 22 minutes. All right, let's play it real quick to see what the mindset, or if it is even a different mindset.
It's hard out here, and you talking.
Hold on.
He already fucked up.
Hold on. I knew he was going to be the 50-50 guy. He said it's hard out here. I already know that he about to plead. So let me ask y'all guys before we get started. Do y'all believe it's hard out here? Is it hard out? Because I don't want to speak from my mindset. Do y'all believe that it's hard out here?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Very much so.
Do you see the prices of everything out here, E-Man? Do you understand what people are going through right now?
Yeah, I just came from New Orleans and it's not
People
hard
are
out there.
people are living pillar to post.
Y'all gas is $3.
People are living pillar to post, E-Man.
Y'all
I need you
gas.
to understand that.
Aaron, how much is y'all gas in San Francisco? I know you don't drive. How much is y'all gas in San Francisco right now? Like $5? I think
You
I
on
was
mute.
almost.
Aaron, you on mute.
Yeah, he don't drive, so he ain't gonna do it. But
I don't drive, bro. It's probably like $5, $6, $7. I don't know.
I don't know 100%. Like if it's just way higher in Cali, but I seen some places talking about $7. But I'll put you in the heart of New York. I've seen $6 or borderline $6, but that's only Manhattan. But then when you go into Brooklyn, it's like $4.50, $4.70. You know what I mean? Some places. And then here on the other side where I'm at in Jersey, $4.25, $4, $3.90. So I don't know. It's like you ain't gonna be in that. You're gonna be in that $3 to $5.
The average is $5.52 right now, E-Man, in San Francisco.
Yeah, it's like $3 down there. Like we was driving everywhere. Listen,
but you have to understand, E-Man, our economy is not on the level of San Francisco.
I get what you're saying.
We are struggling so hard, pause, that I can't even work in my city. I have to work away from my city to make an honest living.
That's cool. I'm not knocking it, but I'm telling you guys that I had a chance to drive everywhere. You know, it was like, baby, like you walking? No, we taking the car. Gas is only $3. So
Right.
it definitely was a eye opener how different it is. I think in Seattle is right at 5. So it definitely was an eye opener. Let's play it.
I'm not a man if I'm going 50-50 with my woman. It's hard, brother. You sitting up here, your nice house, your nice jewelry, nice cars. Oh yeah, man, you gotta do 100%. How?
I think it's a little hate in there. It might be me from my perspective. Like he's saying that his nice houses, and it sounds like. Let me ask Mac. I'm gonna go to Mac. You believe that it's impossible to live off a man's salary today?
No, I don't like saying depends like Pampers, but no, it's gonna take a lot. It's gonna take a lot of work and a lot of sacrifice. And if you're somebody that you need the unnecessary luxurious things in life to feel comfortable, or your life is a representation of I'm doing better than you, you're not gonna be able to hold it down with the minimum. Hold on, phone.
I think you can hold it down. I think we just have this mindset of trying to keep up with the Joneses. I think the reason I know this is because it was a point in time that I was only making $45,000 and I sustained my household making $45,000. So I think it's possible. I think we believe our kids supposed to wear all the new J's. We believe that we supposed to go on a date 2-3 times a week. We believe, like even today, I think my wife drive a 2011 Arcadia. We don't drive brand new cars. So this idea that we have to have all these things. I think it can be sustainable. We just bought into the marketing of America. Do y'all think I'm off on that?
No, that's definitely like the game, right? Like you have to
No, I
decide.
say no.
You have you have to decide if you want to keep up with the Joneses or if you want to actually beat the game, which is to like buy a vehicle and like I used to make fun of my dad, right? He had a 1995 Camry that if you know about Camrys in that time, that was the one that had the paint peeling off of it.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? The paint peeled off. He painted it 2 or 3 times, but he kept that vehicle because it was paid off. You know, in today's time, people don't even keep vehicles like that. Every 2 or 3, they're gonna keep buying vehicles. They're gonna keep that note. The game, if you want to win the game, you pay your vehicle off and you don't have a note anymore. Nobody wants to ride around in a 5-year-old vehicle in
So
today's time.
I believe because I ride around in older than 5-year-old vehicles, but my mentor always taught me you don't buy a vehicle unless you buy it in cash. Every vehicle that I have ever purchased is in cash. So I think that if you can't afford it, you should not buy it.
No, I'm with you. I'm totally with you. I'm just saying if it's me and you having a conversation, I understand. We on the internet talking to everybody. Everybody don't think like that. People are out here buying cars, they want to have nobody is literally driving a 5-year-old, 6-year-old car anymore.
All right,
Everybody got to have a new car and stuff. Go
so
ahead, my bad.
it's 2023. If my wife driving a 2011 car, what's that? 12 years? What's wrong with driving a 12-year-old car?
It's nothing to me. It's nothing wrong with it. It to me is nothing wrong with it. Me personally,
Hey, B Rose, can
But
you just
let's.
hold on 1 second, J Hub? Can you just cam up real quick? And you can take it down. I just want to make sure that you
I
be
gave
Rose.
you the avatar thing for them for a reason.
I'm gonna use it one day.
B Rose. We just need to hear your voice to make sure that's you. That's all.
Yeah, there's no camera. It's me.
Okay, I got you.
All right. So the point that I'm making is why can't we? Cars are designed to run longer than 3 years. So my question that I want to ask you guys is, what's wrong with somebody driving a 10-year-old car?
Are they
There's
satisfied? That's
okay,
the problem.
okay. So that's not the question. That's not the answer E-Man wants. I'm gonna give E-Man an answer that he wants. People care about what other people think, and they are willing to spend their money to make sure that they look like something to other people.
Yep.
Hey, Beans, that's you?
Yeah, he said give him a second though.
Okay.
All damn podcast said y'all gotta let me annoy podcast because he ain't let me on the panel earlier.
Yeah. Well, we'll wait till he come up. So I think what it really comes down to is that we can live off 45,000. Like I've been running the numbers in my head, and 45,000 can give you a really decent life. And I know people say, well, not in New York. Cool. Let's exclude the major cities. But in most cities in America, if you making 40, especially, let me tell you, if you making $45,000 in New Orleans,
Yeah, because we were just talking about this, E-Man. So E-Man is correct. If you're able to make 45,000, you can make it with 2 kids and a wife in New Orleans. I honestly and truly believe that all 45,000. Listen to me, which is crazy. I know it sounds crazy. And E-Man saw how close everything is in New Orleans. So I would even say to even get 15 minutes from downtown, you can survive off of 45,000 with 2 kids and a
What
wife.
question is this? Oh, wait, he said New Orleans. Is that like is like the major black city, right?
It's a major black city in Louisiana,
So I
correct?
mean, black people ain't got no money, so they live in New Orleans. They obviously
That's a
survive.
fact. That's a fact,
So
Aaron. And I will tell you this, Aaron. There's not a lot of people making 45,000 off one sole income in New Orleans.
no,
There
no.
isn't.
So yeah, But yeah, play
More
the
than
video,
likely,
man.
can
Play
I be honest?
the video.
Oh,
Play the video.
sorry.
How, brother? If I'm making $14 an hour, what you expect? You know, you still on there. Oh yeah, man, 100%. You're not a man. You're not a man. How? I'm still working. I'm still providing, right? So what makes me not a man? Because I'm going 50-50 with my woman.
So are we validating manhood by the amount of bills you can pay?
Some people do.
A lot of people do, especially women.
So B Rose, since you are the only lady up here, I want to make space for you. Do you believe that men are validated based on how much bills they can pay?
Yeah, but they do that to themselves.
So do you think this is when you said do it to ourselves, you think it's our issue or you think it's women expectations?
So this is a rule men have among themselves, and women just kind of hitch themselves onto it and agree to it.
That's a lie. So the problem is most of the time it's kind of proven, right? When it comes to gifts and men getting stuff, that women say, men, they're easy. They don't even want for a lot, right? It's kind of like a proven that men can deal with life with minimal things.
That's not what he asked me.
I never said that's what he asked you.
Okay.
But what is proven is that women are actually requesting this. They're adamant, they're vocal, they sing about it, they promote it to other women what type of man that they should get. They don't need a man to tell them this. This is what they're advocating for. So they could say it's a man thing between men and think that that's true, but it's actually women trying to get the man that's not doing it to do it for them because they don't ultimately want to share the man that can actually do it. So it's actually more on the woman if you really think about it, because most women are requesting men that are not doing it to do it instead of getting a man that is doing it because they know ultimately they have to share them.
I think women will say a lot of things, but that doesn't mean they'll be with that man. At the end of the day, you can only obtain the man you can obtain. So
B Rose, if you was paying 75% of the bills, would you still respect that man? Honestly?
depending on other circumstances, yes.
Say he's everything that you want. I want to understand where you at. He's loving, he's caring, he's attentive to your emotions. He's everything that you want. He just is a teacher and he make 20,000 and he only can pay a light bill. He only can pay maybe your car insurance. On a good month, he might can pay the trash bill. He's only going to pay 25% of those bills. If he's everything that you wanted, kind of like Tyler Perry said, could you live with that?
Yeah.
Do you think most women can?
I'm gonna have to say no.
Let's get back into the video.
And brother, I applaud you because I understand that it is hard out here, but we are men, so we have to go harder. I'm not saying or trying to speak down to you, my brother, by any means necessary. I'm not. But I want you to be reminded of something that our fathers didn't teach us, that we must go hard and that we shouldn't get into a relationship with a woman until we have direction.
So let me ask you this question, B Rose, and I want to get some of the other guys in here too. So B Rose, if you're working harder than the man that you're with, are you saying that you would not feel some type of way? Say you working 12 hours, and he's working 6 hours a day. Would that make you feel some type of way?
Yeah, I can see that making me frustrated. Like if I was, let's say, a nurse and I had a 12-hour shift and that's why we had a pay discrepancy, that's what would frustrate me. But let's say we had children and I'm a nurse, have to work a 12-hour shift. He's a teacher. He works 6, 7 hours. and now he gets to be home with the kids, then I'd be okay with it.
So I believe that there's nothing wrong with people pay splitting the bills 50-50, right? But I believe that domestic chores should be split 50-50 too if she's contributing. For example, if
Hell no.
I know, let me paint it first. If she's paying 50% of the bills, you should wash 50% of the dishes, wash 50% of the clothes. You should fold 50% of the laundry. You should clean just as much as she clean. So the fellas on the panel, my question is, if she is paying 50% of those bills, are you willing to wash dishes and do 50% of the house chores?
Hey, Eater
Yes,
Man.
Yes.
Hey,
I'll
quick
do all
question.
of them. She pay all the bills.
Yeah, if she pay all the bills, it's a quick question though. Like, so if your woman, is helping you a lot, like in the narrative that you're explaining, literally, if it's still everything still goes back to the natural gender roles on perception. So if if let's say your wife is the responsible for the light bill and the lights get cut off in your house, everybody's gonna look at you and say you didn't provide, right? The same way, if you are splitting the folding clothes in your home like that, and if your mother-in-law walks in on you, or your mom walks in on you and sees a big pile of clothes on the sofa in your home, she's gonna look at your wife a certain way. That's just the natural role.
I disagree with that.
Can I push back on that real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Why do you care what other people think?
Because it's a natural reaction.
If it's not involved with you and her, what does other people's opinion have to do with your relationship?
I agree.
If I can't give him a quick answer, one, there's certain things that we do with other people's in mind that how other people would judge us anyway in society. I've heard it eloquated so nicely, but I understand that there's law behind it. But if you were per se not caring about what other people thought about you, you would wear dirty clothes 2-3 times in a week in a row to the same place over and over and over again. You wouldn't bother really washing yourself up unless that's just your type of, you're a clean type of person. Or you would just go outside completely butt naked if you really didn't care what other people think. But subconsciously, we all have shame. We all have shame, and shame comes from what? Other people's perception of something that you're doing.
So you don't care about what other people think, right? Because
your personal shame, that's what my point being. Your own personal shame for certain actions or things that you do is in relation to what other people think of you.
So, but I think the biggest pushback. Hold on 1 second, Black Sheep. The biggest pushback that women, the biggest pushback that women are having is they're saying, "Hey, you want us to pay 50% of these bills, but you want us still to do 100% of our duties, our gender duties." So if we're going to accept, I'm just asking, if we're going to accept 50-50, why wouldn't? I'm really trying to understand the mindset of why wouldn't a man do 50%?
Because it's a very simple answer, right? Instead of going all around these things, right? 50-50 paying for a place to stay, hypothetically, right, is not limited, because what we're doing ultimately is going limited to just the household, right? If you're telling me when you go outside and somebody say something crazy, you want your woman to aggressively speak and say some things, and that's what she's willing to lead into, then we start adding to what other things that men do that they don't do on a day-to-day basis. See, the problem is this: the things that women tend to do is a day-to-day tedious little process, right? And the things that men tend to do actually tend to be way more important, but it's singular events that happen.
Like what?
Okay.
Paying the rent.
So listen. Most women who don't have a close bond with their father say that. Most of the women that have close bonds with their brothers and fathers don't say that because they know exactly what their fathers did for them growing up. They know exactly what role their brothers played growing up. A lot of women come on these panels and say, put your hands on me. I dare you. What's going to happen to you next? There's a reason why they talk like that. It's the reason why they talk like that. They are just different roles that people play. It's just not like women's role, which is a tedious thing that happened on a more day-to-day process. However, they still don't want to do those roles when they occur. And once again, the problem is women like, it don't occur enough for me. It don't occur enough for me, so I don't want to accept it. But they don't want to let you live
Hold
without
on, wait a minute.
But I'm sorry, I was asking.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, B-Rose.
Yeah, so you said there are tedious tasks a woman does, but it is minute compared to the larger tasks that a man does because those are more important.
Correct.
And I said, like what?
Okay, so let me just ask you before I tell you, because I don't like to give all the answers away, because I know a lot of women don't do their own research, and they're not really into men the way that they claim they are. They don't do enough research on them. They're not curious about men. So I don't tend to want to give the ideas away. Do you think you hypothetically would have any ideas of what you would want a man to do for you outside of the home? Do you think he would have any responsibilities to you outside of the home, or you think no, you don't have no requires standards or things you think a man should do outside of the home? Everything you think that should be done is domesticated into that home, and it's between you as a couple. Because if that's your answer, then we can get into the truth.
So outside of the home, you mean like nothing that's like dishes, mowing the lawn, but you also said nothing as us in a couple, so I can't even say anything he can do for me emotionally.
I'm saying not in the home. When you leave the home,
Mm-hmm.
like, because let's just be honest. Most people look at their home as their safe zone.
Okay.
That's why they're always in a rush to get through that door.
Right.
I'm saying when you are out with a man, right? Do you have any thoughts like, I would like this man to be this way, or I expect this man to do these things outside of the home that you don't expect for you to do? Because you're not going to always be in the home.
Right. The only thing I kind of like is I have no sense of direction. So that's my only real thing. I prefer the guy to drive and pay attention to where we're going.
So because like the reason that I'm trying to understand this. So, for example, driving is a good example. I don't drive. 9 times out of 10, my wife is driving. Right. That's just what it is. I'm usually doing something at work, having on call, and it's easier for her to drive than it is for me. So when we start talking about certain gender roles from the past, how can we expect women to do all of their gender roles plus do some of ours, and we don't take some of theirs?
Actually, I think realistically, most men do take newer roles. Like it's this myth that before a guy got with a girl, he was dirty, he ain't had no clean clothes, and he was starving, and he ain't eat nothing. It's a myth. And let's just be honest. Right now, because we're not talking about OGs and all this. If a man don't cook, right? Let's just say he eat out all the time, he order, right? If he get with you, he gonna be still eating out and ordering. He not gonna be like, oh, I don't eat out and order no more because now I'm with you. I see this money. Everybody DoorDash and Uber Eats all the time. Women in the house are not. So it's like this theory that men were going to die if you leave them. Oh, I'm leaving you. See if they still alive 2 years later. Like it's just this mythical theory that men don't have clean clothes before they meet a woman, or they don't eat food before they meet a woman. It's ridiculous. It's very misleading.
So, but I think what the women that I have talked to about it, what they're saying is that when a man get with a woman, he feel like he should be relieved of those things. He shouldn't have to wash clothes. He shouldn't have to wash dishes. He shouldn't have to clean up like that anymore. So I want to go to Matt. Let's go to Matt because maybe I'm off. And so Matt, do you believe that I'm off with that? With saying that men typically, when they get with a woman, especially marry a woman, he feel like that woman should do that more than he should?
I got to go with the generalities, basically, right? I think the consensus I think the consensus by culture is that a man will believe he will take care of most, if not all, the financial needs for the house, and the woman will do a little less, you know, maybe whether it be part-time, another 40-hour job, and she'll take care of what needs to be taken care of in the house. I think that's how some men of older generations would, let's say 30 millennials and up. I don't understand what the Gen Z relationships may look like. Don't know, but let's say millennials and older, I think they have that expectation, or they think that's the way that things should go. Millennial men. I'll do my best to take care, make sure my wife is covered financially. If I got to do more, you know what I mean, to pick up more slack, they should, or I will, and my wife will take care of the home.
So 651. Hold on one second. I want to get 651 in there because we haven't kind of heard his perspective. So what do you think your perspective? Do you think that we should be pushing people to go more to the 50-50 route, maybe sharing these gender roles, or should we go back to how it was back in the 40s?
You got to do what's best for your family. I mean, you shouldn't be listening to this outside stuff that has nothing to do with your family. If your family, if the mother and husband or boyfriend both have to work, have to split the bill to do the best for the family, that's what you have to do. We shouldn't be pushing nothing. You just want a neutral family. You just want a family structure. If that's a wife or a girlfriend is going to respect her man, regardless if he's doing 50-50 or not. Y'all say that, but if she's really into him and she love him, she'll respect him. You shake your head, but I know couples that split the bill, and she don't disrespect them.
So disrespecting somebody and respecting somebody is two different things. Can we agree to that, or you disagree to that?
Yeah.
It's two different things. Yes, it's two different things. So what you're saying is, I know where you're finna go. Because he's doing 50-50, she won't respect him? I disagree with that.
I'm not saying that she wouldn't respect him. I think that she would feel that she have a more say so, that he cannot he can't just make all the decisions. I think it's easier for a woman.
I agree with that.
Like what decision? E. Let's get into it. What decision?
So say for example, if I came to a situation, I said, hey, I want to move to Canada. I want to move to Canada. I got an opportunity with my job, this, that, and third. This is going to put us in a better situation. I believe a woman.
She'll move. If it's going to benefit the man, if it's going to benefit the family, if it will benefit the family, she will move. She will follow her husband.
Let him get his thoughts out first, because you got to understand, if she has a job, she may not want to relocate with her job. So you got to hear him out first.
Okay.
So a man that is taking care of 100% of the bills, I believe that woman will up and move, because that is a burden on him. But if a woman have a good job, she's in corporate America, she's paying 75% of the bills, she's not going to be willing to move to this new place, is because the burden is more on her than him.
Yeah,
are you disagreeing with that?
I can agree to that.
I can agree to that.
That's a very structured scenario right there. Because you said 75%, as opposed
50. Let's say 50.
Fair, right? But most men are going to make logical decisions in most cases. If he decides to move, right? He like, does it make sense? Why would he move unless he was going to make more money? And if go ahead,
let's dive into that. So let's say that this move is going to give him the ability to pay 100% of the bills.
Oh, she's moving.
She's not. That's what I'm telling you. If a woman is paying half,
she won't control.
Listen, I'm telling you right now. And this is my opinion, I could be wrong. If a woman's paying half of your mortgage, she gonna have say so whether y'all move or not. She's not gonna just be like, I'm just gonna follow you blindly, versus a woman who not.
Shouldn't she have say so on whether or not she's going to move to Canada?
She
Like,
should have some say so. I mean, that's your
yeah,
wife. She
like,
should have a little say so. I mean, what
I'm saying,
like
what's
hold
this?
on, they're not like they're not fucking dogs. They're people. They have opinions, and you should hear
Yeah,
them
you want
out.
to,
Should you
and
not?
and as a husband, you're gonna want to hear your wife's opinion. Hey babe, what you think about moving to Canada? It's gonna better our family. You want to hear her opinion. It's not I'm moving to Canada. Bring your ass over here. Like
I never said that. Listen, if you listen to what I'm saying, let me paint the picture a little bit better for you guys, right? If I'm having a conversation with a stay-at-home mom versus having a conversation with a woman with a career, do we agree that those conversations will be different? Can we at least get a baseline?
Yes.
All right.
If I can interject, Eater Man.
Go ahead, Matt.
I don't want to break your bill, but I saw like 2 or 3 comments in this chat. Well, women said that a man should have his woman covered 100%, right? And a man that can cover his woman 100% shouldn't be complaining about it. So, what Either Man gave you this scenario, he move and the job will be able to cover his wife 100%, right? Sounds wrong to whatever woman, but if he goes in line with what those women just said in the chat, that a man should be covering everything 100%, and you moving with me and I can cover you 100%, you should be following the lead of your husband.
Well, that's changing the whole dynamics
especially
of
if
the
he
conversation.
leading you in the right direction.
But that's taking up that you changing the whole dynamics. Listen, the ladies can say whatever they want. A man should do whatever they say, right? But I'm gonna be honest. Why even respect anything a woman say unless she has a man that does that? Like, for example, right? If you gonna say a man should be acting this way, you should not mess with a man that can. And if you're a woman of character, that should be your consistency. Do you think you should listen to any woman that don't have enough character to not mess with a man that can't do it, but is willing to say that statement? No, right? But the problem is that this is the real problem. We live in a world where it's a man's world, but it's only one way to be a man. And women get all the options. No, I disagree. No. Men that 50-50 have same option. They have a right to a 50-50 lifestyle, just like men have a right to a 100% lifestyle or a 75% lifestyle. Everybody has options, right?
Who decided what the one way to be a man was?
We're discussing that right now based upon the conversation that was had on here. Now, I'm responding to what Wody Mack said about the women in the chat. I'm just saying reasonably so. A lot of these women don't have enough character to be making these statements because ultimately, unless they have a man and say, I have a man that pay all the bills. He's been paying all the bills since we got together. He is 100% man. I think that's the only way to be respectable. I never dealt with a man because I've been on these principles from the jump. I've never dealt with a man like that. Now, if they say I converted because I've seen the light, fine. The problem is men, one way to be a man. The real man does this. Women, y'all got options. You can get a man like this. You can get a man like this. It's a man's world, limited options. No, I'm not right.
Let me paint it this way. So imagine a guy that's not paying majority. So I just want to understand y'all guys' mindset. Do you believe a guy that's not paying majority of the bills can come home and tell his wife that they're moving?
Yeah,
so he can suggest it. He can, if it's going to benefit the family.
The thing is like, even if she respects his insight and thinks he's wise and all knowing, he has no choice but he can't afford to pack up and move them on his own. So he has no choice but to look to her to agree, to coordinate. I mean, especially if she's paying half or 75% of the bills.
The way you say that is, it's not their money. This is when you let women just start to describe things, right? That's our money. We married. Now it's he can't do it with his own money.
Okay, no. So this is where you start to. So this is where you start to kind of twist things. It is our money, but if I'm making 75% of it and you want to move to Canada, where am I gonna get? Okay, if we're gonna get 50% of it, and you want to move to Canada, where's my 50% in Canada? But
that's the point. I told either man that he ain't gonna just move to move. It gotta make sense.
It gotta make sense. Yeah.
Now either man said if she's paying 50% and she's got a job, whatever it is, and he want to move, she gonna object. She gonna be like, no, because remember the variable was now he's going to pay 100% based upon the move. That's what either man inserted in there, and she still may deny the move.
Yeah, I don't think women are giving up their careers to move.
No,
I disagree.
I
I disagree with that. Yeah.
So
I disagree. Go ahead.
So here's why I would disagree. The hesitation to move is we can all agree that women hesitate to take large risks. If you can prove that us moving is we're going to be on a solid foundation, we're going to be living in a way that we're comfortable as we are currently, I can see her moving, especially if she can find her contingencies might be, well, let me find a job in Canada before we move, or give me 6 months of not working to find a job if we move. Like, that has to be a compromise. But if you can prove that you've got 100% of the bills, yeah, I can see women.
I agree. Yep. And that's just what I'm pretty much going to say. If a husband can come to his wife and show that he's going to benefit the family in a better situation, most wives would agree. You know, you guys think wives are not the same as what wives were before. Yes, they're a little different, but she's going to look at her husband. Well, shit, if he's going to benefit the family, he's going to benefit us, me and the kids. Okay.
Well, stop. Y'all going all around the point, right? So either man, let's just say what you're saying is true. Are you saying the woman should not be working then? Because hypothetically, let's just pay attention to the real conversation. As a man, you should pay all the bills. Didn't say get a woman that don't work. So what about if you paying all the bills and your woman still work? Is she still gonna move in?
I believe
because your scenario is solely based upon her being dependent and relied upon you for a living, right? Most of us don't have careers, we have jobs. Yes, we know you understand, but go ahead, Edie, man.
So no, the point that I'm saying is I think it's wise for a man not to use a woman's money for bills, period. I think he should take that money and invest that money. He should grow that money, but using it for bills is a bad idea, in my opinion. So if she's working, I think that should be going towards an investment account. It should be going somewhere to get you out the rat race. You should be investing her income, not living off her income. But that's my opinion. So if I made 40,000,
what she does with her money,
I do get to say. Well, I don't know how it works in y'all world, but in my world, I do have a say. So my wife can make $80,000, and I'm still gonna have a say so on how she do with her money.
Can you ask the question again, Aaron? Because I don't understand based on his response.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, B Rose.
Can you ask the question again? Because based on E-Man's response, I didn't think that's what you meant.
Well, because where E-Man just went is that if you are relying on her to pay any of the bills, that means she has a job or a false career, right? And then either man and I agree that the scenario is we're going to move. Now, people say arbitrary Canada, but let's not say Canada, right? Most people that live in the U.S. going to stay in the U.S. Let's just be honest, right? And I'm going to pay all the bills when we move, honey. That's the argument, right? He's saying she's still not going to want to move because she already has a job. That's his argument. And most of the guys is rejecting it like, that sounds crazy.
I think that's why I wish women in the chat, if you're willing to give up your career or your job to move with your husband, and the difference in the scenario is that he can pay all the bills. If I'm wrong, put a 1 in the chat.
Wait, B Rose, you're right. He didn't answer the question. I'll circle back. So are you saying ultimately, right, that if you pay 100% of the bills right now and your woman still has a job, right? And you decide to want to move, she not gonna want to move, even if you already paying 100% of the bills?
No, so if I'm paying 100% of the bills, I think she will follow my lead more than if she was paying 50%, because it's a need for her income. I think that's the difference.
But listen to what you then you have to speak to the psychology of this, because are you saying a woman that is working and that is needed ultimately tends to not want to walk away from a job because she's so used to being working and needed? as opposed to a woman that's already working and you paying all the bills, and she like, I still leave though, because it's
So
similar.
let's speak to the psychology. I'm glad you asked that question. The psychology is you need me to pay these bills versus you don't need me to pay these bills. So since you need me, I need to be able to make the decision, help you make this decision, whether we're leaving or not. Anytime someone feels needed, income wise, they feel like they have the right to have more say so. And I believe that the more percentage she's paying, the more say so she's going to feel that she's going to have.
I think most men in this scenario are perfectly fine with that conversation because most of these men are dealing with women that they view that way anyway. You're speaking about a men ultimately that view themselves above women. They could cherry it, they can talk around it or however they want to, but most men that operate at that level believe they're above all people. Men, women, I'm in a realm with other guys. We up here. Women is second class people to us, for the lack of better words. Those men operate like that. But if you're talking about a man, hey, I've been with my girl, such it's my best friend. I always talk to her. We always run things by her, get her mindset, all this stuff. They already doing that in the jump. You speaking to a man that's hyper focused, probably so smart that he don't even really want her insight.
No, it's not about wanting her insight. I'm talking about how women think. And correct me if I'm wrong, B Rose, but if she's paying 10% of the bill, she's gonna feel like she got 10% of the say so. If she paying 30% of the bill, she gonna think she got 30%.
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so, man.
No. I agree with that.
So I'm gonna
break
say
this down.
something, E-Man. If I was paying 0% of the bills, I can see women still feeling like she has some sort of say so, specifically
that was my point.
Outside of money, it would be, well, I don't want to leave my family. Well, I don't want to leave my friends. Well, I don't want to leave my social, like it would be something else that she would want some sort of say so.
No, I'm not saying that she has other concerns. Go ahead, Matt.
Because actually, what you said right there is something that you said, Eda, man. I don't want to misquote it, but something along the lines where women wanting say so if they're inputting some type of funds, right? And I've heard it said before in other places. Well, women say what they dislike about men who make a lot of money or who taking care of everything. There's something like dictators. They feel like they always like they word always go. They forward is law. You know what I mean? Almost like bullies with their money, so to speak, right? I can envision in a scenario like that where B Rose did say there would still be an objection, my family, my friends, so on and so forth. That also one of the objections being some subconsciously in some women's mind that now that you control all the purse strings, I gotta come to you for money, and I have no say so now because you I might feel like I have no say so because now you the big bank.
I get that, but the point that I'm telling you is if I make $250,000 a year and I go to the car lot and buy a car,
ain't no way.
Listen, hold on. If I make $250,000 a year and I go to the car lot and buy a car, my wife is gonna have less to say if I spent the money that I earned. If I go to the car lot and she make $250,000 and I spend $80,000 of the money she brought in, she's gonna be looking at me crazy because she gonna feel like she worked hard for that money. Are y'all disagreeing with that statement?
That's fair, but most men don't do that anyway. See, what you're describing is a scenario where it's the inverse, meaning women are more comfortable spending her man's money to go buy her a car. A man's not gonna go, hey, this me and my wife money, I'm just gonna go buy this car. They don't tend to operate. You keep speaking about a certain particular type of guy. Most of these guys are perfectly fine operating this way. And you ultimately think, you might think less of them, not you in particular, but men like that. But those men are comfortable. They actually think that's normal, that they're supposed to have these conversations like, yo, I'm thinking about getting the car, to know what you think about it. Instead of saying, I do what I want because I'm him.
But that's the point that I'm telling you. The reason they think the way that they think is because the amount of money that they're making.
Nobody's in a disagreement with that.
So that's the point that I'm saying is that your wife is going to expect you to think different. She gonna respect if she's
Most
paying
of
50,
those guys, but see, once again, most of those guys think like that. So you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Those guys do already think like that. Yeah, I'm gonna talk over this. You're not. See, I don't think the disagreement is not there because you're talking about those men and you're talking about these men. Those men already think like that.
So that's the point that I'm saying. Now, if we go to the psychology of the women are typically the type of woman that's going to be with the man that make all that pay all the bills, and the type of woman that's going to be with the man that pays 50% of the bills. These two women are going to be different because of the type of man. That's why they're going to react differently. Do you disagree with that?
No. Yeah, that's normal.
So we were kind of dancing around that one point right there. I think that's some women's perception of men who hold all the purse strings might also tend to turn into little Fidel Castros in the house.
Well, no,
and, and then if they're not bringing in nothing.
But Matt, listen, women don't have a problem with dictators. I know we on YouTube, and I know a lot of people feel that women have problem with dictators.
They don't. If he's paying all the bills and doing
Matter of fact, women are actually advocating that they want a dictator, somebody who can come out and pay 100% of the bills, make sure everything's covered, create a safe zone for her where she can be able to focus on something other than bills. So this idea that he's a dictator, that's what they want in reality.
Okay, let's just say we agree to that. Fine.
All right, let's get back to the video, and But it's an interesting point because I'm curious to see what y'all guys think about the rest of this conversation.
But who are you to say that?
A person that cares, a person that loves you, a person that's been in your shoes and understands how it feels when we can't give our family what they truly deserve. We have to go hard. Now, give me one moment. I've been in your shoes. And when I was in your shoes, I stayed in my lane. I lived where I lived. My woman didn't work. She nurtured to the children till I got this.
So do you believe if it's 50-50 that you need to stay in your lane? So for the guys who said that I truthfully honestly want my wife to contribute to these bills, is it a lane that you need to stay in because she's paying 50% of those bills? Matt,
I got a methodology that could work for somebody that was splitting bills with their woman, because you did say splitting household. You think, I don't know if somebody said they think household is also part of the responsibility that could be shared, right? But when I was dealing with one young lady, when me and her was living together, I already have domesticated skills because of what my mother taught me. I do my own laundry. I like all y'all men, if y'all ever live by yourself, you already do those little things already. Right? There's sometimes like my mother used to take me on trips. When we came back, my father had the whole house clean, had a meal cooked and everything. Know how to do those little domesticated things. Now, again, when we feel like doing things, again, just the laziness in us, we might let things slide to the side, do laundry when we feel like it, cook when we feel like it, whatever the case may be. But regardless, if it was a situation where we're splitting all the responsibilities, she may come home to the plates completely spotless and a meal cooked. You know what I mean? I may just take care of like cleaning the bathroom because I like the way that I do it in the kitchen without her saying nothing, intervening. She may just get surprised by little shit like that. You know what I mean?
What this got to do with what's your point?
My point being, again, that's not necessarily something that you may think that people would consider splitting. You know what I mean? Splitting responsibility.
No, listen. In these conversations, women look at splitting anything 50-50. They're talking financially into the home.
Right.
Then if they not getting what they want, they'll start leading into, well, I work and I do all the other domestic. That's it. That's how the conversation.
But I see his point in too. Yeah, all the respect. I agree with him.
That out your mouth. If I'm doing laundry too.
I agree.
If I cook in there too. If I'm cleaning too.
I agree.
I leave you very little room to complain.
I
And
agree.
you bet not complain or get the fuck on.
I
See,
agree,
but
and I agree with him. I agree with him. If y'all splitting the bills, like you can't, as a man, you can't be splitting the bill and telling her, and she working, you working 80 hours a week, she working 80 hours a week, and you want her to cook, clean, and do all this shit at the house. She gonna be miserable. She gonna be talking shit. She gonna be hot. So I agree with him. I agree with him. If you split,
that's the point. What we're hearing is that no, I want you to pay half of these bills, but I want you to do all the roles that's part of your gender: cooking, cleaning, all these different things.
So either man, this is the problem, right? Hold on,
Most women will complain. Most women will complain.
This is the problem, right? We always just talk about the man. Let's give this realistic possibility, right? My man don't have no problem paying the bills and doing things. Even though I got a job, he don't really care for my money. He naturally like to pay for things, naturally like to buy things. There are just some women that naturally cook and clean. And no matter who they insert into men, they operate as a cooking and cleaning type A woman. How come we never speak about women that will do that regardless of the man that they with? Because that's naturally who they are. We only talk about the natural men that
women out there like that.
normally pay all the, like he don't have no problem with. Men like to do these things. How come there ain't never no women that like to cook and they like to clean? That's just who they are. How come
there's some women like that?
The reason Aaron is so wrong, in my opinion, I'm not saying that it's not women out there like that, but a woman who been working 10 hours and you've been at home 3 hours, she's gonna start resenting you being there. You ain't cooked and cleaned and you ain't did all that stuff. I don't care how much she did.
Changing the scenario again.
Yeah, he's not saying that.
No, once again, this 4 hours, women work 8 hours. That's a lie. And most women don't actually have a man that work that little amount of hours. They either have a man that don't work at all or work 40 hours. This whole part-time, that is a rarity. It's an extreme rarity.
No, the point that I'm making, we know that men right now out-earn women. So typically, if a woman is making more money than you based on the data, that means she's working more than you. Y'all disagreeing with that, or y'all agreeing?
Okay, but you're okay. So your scenario in this situation is her making more money than you, not the 50-50 thing.
Well, I think 50-50 doesn't work when it comes down to bills at all.
That's okay. That's not my question.
She can still make more money and split the bills 50-50, just to answer your question.
That is true.
So because are you saying that her making way more money and paying only 50% and keeping the rest of her way more money is problematic to her?
Yeah,
it's probably problematic to the relationship. Yeah.
So, but see, that is the point. Then it ain't got nothing to do with him. That's just
the point.
Her.
Yeah.
She thinks that men are harder workers than women. She thinks that men are supposed to be better and out earn women. So when men are, like they say, what's that word that they call men misogynistic? Women are supporting that. Actually, we're supposed to look at women like, hold on, we're supposed to look at women like, yeah, y'all don't work as hard as us, y'all don't do what we do. Like we're supposed to look at them like that, because in order for us to be in that mindset to do these things, we should look at you like that. You can't have it both ways.
I'm telling you, Aaron, most women look at the man like you're supposed to be making more money than me. Most women don't look at men and say, I'm okay.
This is a dumb point.
Go ahead.
But that's natural. That's natural because men make more than women. That's natural.
See, but you just proved my point there. Listen,
that gap is closing.
Yeah, the gap is closing. The gap is closing.
That's
but
not natural. Y'all stop using words out of context.
Okay, this is my point. Well, my point is, most women want her man to make more, but that's not always gonna happen, you know. But most women won't like he used the word dictate. I don't like the word. Most women want their man to make $300,000. I'm just throwing the number out. $300,000 a year. He protect her. He makes sure all the bills are paid. She cook, clean. That's what a lot of women want. That, but that's not reality. That's not reality. Most relationships in America, especially the black community, bills are being split. Everything is being split 50-50. Y'all agree with that or not?
They're
Y'all
not.
don't think so?
I don't.
I don't
So
think
y'all
it's even
think
Average earning
if you
people,
really want
average
my
earning
my
people
my,
probably
my
doing
real
that.
opinion, it's
what
either
you said?
Wait, how are they
What?
being split? I'm sorry,
So
can we
y'all
just state that?
so what y'all saying is, hold on, what y'all saying is the man is paying all the bills nowadays and the women not paying no bills?
No. What we're saying is this, right? In most scenarios, a man is probably paying more bills. Probably not all, but close to more,
I
right?
agree with that. All
But
right.
also in the scenarios where that's not the case, even if they pay 50-50, that woman is typically out earning men. I think that's what E is kind of leaning towards. If the dynamics is they paying 50-50,
I agree
typically the woman is probably out earning. If not, the man is paying a little bit more. Could be a lot more or a little bit more.
I
But
agree
in
with
most
that. I
cases,
agree
that
with
means
that.
women
Okay.
are probably
That's
making
fair.
more
That's
but
fair.
paying 50.
So, and in my own personal opinion, if you got a scenario like that where you got a woman who is highly motivated or high earning, and she's got a guy who, for whatever the case may be, doesn't necessarily have skills that will make him a decent income earner, she probably picks somebody off of carnal, carnal reasons, looks.
I agree.
Or the
Yeah, I
dick.
agree. I agree with that. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
good point. Good
But
point.
that's most people.
No, I wouldn't say most. I wouldn't say
We do
most.
generally approach people off of looks, but it's just like, say, put a young couple, right? She like how old boy look. He got a chance to touch the product. He blew her mind, blew her back out. She's in nursing school or whatever. Now she's a registered nurse, right? He gets by off of being a smooth talker, charming dude, and he lay it down right. But he's not uply mobile. But she's
I
still, they
agree.
stand together.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they
I
talk
seen
about all
situations
these
like
women
that.
messing with bums is and a third. Somehow the bum got in your bedroom, and I'm probably leaning one or two ways he did it. He talked you smooth. You like he's charming, he's charismatic, or he working your work. Because I can't see no ugly bum dude that's not upperly mobile that got no type of game
But
to
Matt,
himself.
Matt,
Keep
but
a
Matt,
chick that's a registered nurse or a real estate agent.
So no, what the point that I'm telling you, Matt, is that those are short-term relationships. They don't get married. That they
Until a baby
typically
pop out.
around.
Until the
No,
baby
they
pop
just
out.
around.
That's long term.
No, let's be honest. Listen, let's be honest. If it's a bum that's sleeping on her couch, she deal with him for a short period of time, and she typically get tired of it and she move on. Are y'all disagreeing with that statement? Do you think women are keeping bums for long period of times?
Nah, I think
I
they'll
can't
eventually cut
envision
them off.
anywhere a woman is keeping any type of bum. It's gotta, like, again, it's something. Why I use the word carnal, it's got to be something that attracts her
I agree with
about
him.
that man, whether the way that he speaks to her, she admires him,
I
or
agree.
that dude when it comes down to it.
Well,
That runs out.
let me roll speak, and then we can move forward.
Okay.
Can you repeat the question?
So I ask the question. Do you believe a woman stay with a bum long term, or is it a short term fetish?
Oh, I didn't know we were calling him a bum. Yeah, it's probably more short term than long term.
Yeah, so I don't think when we're talking in this relation, we're talking about what lasts over time. And when I'm saying that lasts over time, typically when you're living off that man's salary, I think it lasts a lot longer than if you're 50-50. Because I think that's what that mindset is. I could do bad all by myself. If I can pay 50% of these bills, you know what I'm saying? I think that's where that mindset come from. It didn't come from people who was not paying bills. It was people who was actually paying
But
bills.
it's true, right? The problem became this. I can do bad all by myself. And men like, no. Now men are saying, fine. See, this is the problem. Women was like, we gonna pack our bags and leave. And men was like, no, Gina, don't go. Now, like they said, we don't care. Fine. Go ahead. And we go ahead. And they're mad because men are no longer fighting for that. Where are the real men at? Not fighting for that. Go ahead and get on your way. This is what the frustration that comes with women.
So let's get to the video. I want to dive a little bit deeper into this video.
Pause.
And I'm trying to give you the cheat code. Do what you need to do so you can feed your woman, and while she's nurturing the children, she can also nurture your dreams and your goals. Now you can be successful. Now you don't have to say, I'm working for $15. Now you can say, I got employees that I'm paying that's working for me for $15. I'm trying to elevate you. But men get so caught in their emotions and their pride, and the first thing you want to do is feel attacked. Get the wisdom.
This is coming from a rich man.
But right now
this
you're
coming
acting
from a rich
triggered.
man.
But right now you're
But this
acting
is coming
triggered.
from a rich man.
Do y'all think that he's triggered?
Well, mind you, this is a condensed conversation. So, is he triggered? Yes, to the rightfully so, reasonably so. That's to be debated. But yes, he's emotionally charged in this conversation. It's clear to see. And then also they're coming from different perspectives at this moment. It doesn't mean the rich man never know that perspective, but in this moment, they're on opposite ends of the fence.
See, but the problem with it is most men that have the mindset of the guy on the left, they've been thinking this way when they did not have money. The mindset didn't come once they had the money. It was like, hey, I'm making 40,000. Let's build my life around this 45,000, right? And then as he started making more money, what he typically did is that was kind of the way that they increased their lifestyle. So I'm really just curious. So, because the problem that I'm having, Aaron, and this is the problem I'm having, I hear men in this space, women money don't matter. Women money don't matter. I've heard men run around keep saying that women money don't matter, but then when we start talking about these bills, it sounds like these women money really matter to most dudes.
That's what you want to cover? We cover that. That's easy. That's easy to deal with right there. Women money don't matter to them. Don't. Now, if you want to move into my 1-bedroom condo, cool. Move right on ahead. The kid can sleep in the living room, and that's what it is. But if you want more than that, it ain't about your money mattering. That's what you want to put your money to.
I think that's cap. Listen,
no, you just don't like
perfect sense,
that's
though.
the truth.
So are you saying that the money doesn't matter, but what the money can obtain?
No, what I'm saying is that in a general sense, these men are not with these women when these statements are being made. I ain't worried about this. We going on a date, Ching. I don't care about a woman's money. She can't come to me and say, hey, be with me because I have money. That's for me to come to her and say, be with me because I have some money, right? Now, the question then is, how much of my money does she value? Does she value 50% of my money to go, I'm willing to deal with you? Or does she want 100% of access to that money so she don't have to pay for anything? The choice would ultimately be hers. But I'm telling you, most men are doing just fine single by themselves. So if she want to move wherever he's at and operate within that, cool.
I'm going to say this. Oh, go ahead.
This is where you're wrong. I believe if a man moving a woman to his condo, 1 bedroom, I think he's going to expect her to pitch in on the bills.
No, he's not. So
yes, he is. Oh, he's not going to let her. He's not gonna let her come live for free because I hear these dudes on the internet. My light bill going up because she's here. My this is going up. He gonna want her to pitch in regardless.
It depends on his what his status at financially wise. You know, it depends on where he at.
Don't like listen.
Even say
okay.
If she's literally just moving into the spot he already paid everything at, he not tripping like that.
But Aaron, check me out. Hear me out. If he's like struggling to pay his bills, like a man can hear me out. A man can have his own condo, car note, and he could be getting by. He don't need nobody, but he'll just be getting by. So he moves somebody in. He might hit the light bill, hit the cable bill, not the big bills, but hit the light bill, hit the cable bill. Now a man, hear me out. A man that's making 300,000-400,000, 300 that he's straight with the bill.
Make horrible arguments, man. Because listen to what you're saying.
If giving life examples that
I'm giving life exampple
off. If he's struggling, cut that off.
No, that's not Aaron. That's not how I'm telling you reality. If a guy like Aaron, check me out. If there's a guy, let's just say he's a police officer. He got his own condo, own car. He pay his bills. He got a little savings. He's good. He meets his nice lady. He move her in. Bills go up a little bit. He say, "Hey, baby, just pay the light and cable. It may be $200 a month."
Okay.
That's what he talking about.
Okay.
That's all what he talking about.
If
He's not talking about going 50-50.
If that's your argument, fine. He's still not relying. He's still not relying on her to live.
Yeah, no. He's not relying on. He's not relying on. No.
Listen, most
giving
guys
us some type of responsibility.
He giving us some type of responsibility. Yes.
Nah, so listen.
Because if you got a chick that ain't cooking, ain't keeping your spot together, and she just there, either you one gonna get tired of there, you gonna be looking at
it's gonna be
side like we ain't got no food.
Yeah, you gonna get tired of fucking. You gonna get tired of fucking in-house pussy all the time. You gonna get tired of that. Eventually, you know, here, take this light bill, take this cable. That's
it. Like, what is you here for if you staying here and you're not doing nothing? After
so Matt, let me tell you why you're wrong. Listen, the guy that got the mindset of 50-50, he's gonna feel, hey, you're here now, even though everything is still the same. You need to contribute to my lifestyle.
That's not.
That's not even what happens.
That's not what happens.
Listen, I see so many. Listen, you know how people put when they move into an apartment, there's this thing called they put the down, the security deposit, and all those things, right? When those checks get returned, it's typically made to two people, right? So the point being is, most people are moving into a new apartment together. They're not moving into that person that was already living in an apartment because most guys probably already have roommates at these ages in which they're dealing with women. Women probably already have roommates or living with their parents at these ages they're dealing with people. So yes, they are. And so most people are not moving into someone already established. They're moving into a new apartment. We're getting an apartment together. That is way more.
See, this is crazy that Aaron is trying to state that most people are not adding people to their lease.
Like that happens. People add people and hey, come move in.
Adding people to the lease is actually one of the most common things.
Add somebody to your lease. Does your rent increase?
No, I don't think you don't have to add them to your lease. You just ask them move them in. Just move in.
I would.
You don't add them to your lease. That's a
I would say.
Go ahead. I'll let B Rose get in there.
I would say though, Aaron, most people, one of them is moving into the other person's apartment, like to start out. That's usually what happens.
But you know where I live at, that's not likely. That's almost unheard of, actually.
Yeah, so I get it. That might be different in San Francisco, but it's really common.
Wait. He just made a statement, but like, why? I don't want to blow past that, especially since it's incredibly expensive. Why would the two people try to then increase their expenses instead of moving in together to decrease them?
Because most people are living with roommates.
Already. Okay.
Like,
all right, I see you, Aaron.
Now, where y'all live, the cost of living may be so extremely low, and y'all bad at managing y'all money that y'all want to live alone and pay extra money and not have no money. So a woman could start to talk to you like you crazy because you don't have no money, which typically the case, right? But when you're dealing with roommates and you manage your money, you stacking bread quietly.
But Aaron, the point that I'm telling you is, I had a roommate. And when I got with my wife now, when she moved in with our roommate. Like this idea that I'm just gonna move because I'm with a woman is crazy. But give me 1 second. Hey, Manosphere, can you hear us? Is that you, bro?
Yeah, that's me.
All right, cool. So no, most of the time, and like I said, I'm only limited to the Washington area. People are adding people to their lease. That's like a common thing. That they add them to their lease, and now that you're on the lease, that not only that man feels this way, but also on top of this, when they get added to the lease, you on the hook for this rent just like he is.
But you're also the other side of the. Okay, go ahead.
What's the point of moving her in? DJ Neff says if you can't afford the spot and all the bills on your own, you have no business moving a woman in. What's the point of moving her in? If everything already booming the way it is, all right, you got your spot.
I can tell you.
What's the point of moving somebody in?
In-house.
Hold on, no. The point of moving her in is so that your bills can be cheaper. You're like, man, shoot. Charlotte over there paying $1,500 over there.
So hold on. No. That's fair, but you converted the argument now. Is you went from needing her to do it to y'all agreeing on doing it.
Well, I get that. So, but the point is, They say this is how these moving in conversations come. They be like, hey, check this out. You paying $1,500 over here. I'm paying $1,500 over here. If you move over here and you pay half of my rent, hey, we can both save some more money. And I think that's how they move in together.
I agree with that, but I'll say this: a lot of women don't like their living situations most of the time. They're not comfortable with it. If they got roommates, they living with their mom, they trying to find an exit. That's a lot of times why they move in with the man. They like, man, these roommates get on my nerves, this and that. They trying to go get with a man. Most women that are in a really, really good situation, they not leaving that to go live with a man just to live with him. So that's what I'm saying. Most of the scenarios you're speaking about is situations that typically help women. They typically help them. They do not like their current living conditions. Most women hate it. They either living with their mom, living alone, paying way too much, or living with a roommate. And now there are a lot of women willing to pay a lot to live alone, by the way. A lot of women prefer that.
That's a fact.
Most men are smarter and go, we're not going to do that.
That doesn't mean they hate it though, right?
Yes, they do.
So, but that's the point is most men are not just like, let me move. And I'm talking about the mindset of 50-50. A dude don't go from, I'm just telling you, this is not the world that a dude go from paying all the bills and then they decide to move out the house that they living together and now he want to go to 50-50. Dude, most dudes don't do that. They already have that idea that they're going to share the bills no matter where they at. They don't care if it's cheap or it's expensive. Most dudes, they want you to pay the bills.
Can I ask my question now?
Go ahead.
So, either man, if I follow what I've been hearing so far, you agreeing with the guy on the left side of the couch, correct?
I'm agreeing that a man should pay all the bills.
Yes.
I believe that they should not be 50-50. Doesn't mean that
I was asking, are you agreeing with him specifically, not necessarily your ideology?
Well, I do believe so we only a minute into the video, and I do believe that you should use your woman as an asset. You should create business. You should try to do employees. So from that aspect, I would have to agree.
Well, the problem is the culture.
Damn, fam. So, either man, here's the thing. Oh, that's Manosphere. What up, man? So either man, here's the question. And I need you to do me a favor, either man. Please don't duck the question, bro. Okay? If every man is doing that, who's working for them?
If every man is doing that, who's working for them?
Yeah.
I think majority of
these come from.
I think the majority of the workers are single people. Like if you look at like, for example, if I owned a McDonald's was actually designed for college single people to work in. It wasn't designed for people to have careers. And I'm talking about low level. I'm not talking like higher management.
Talking point.
Oh, okay, let me do my talking point then. Listen, so the point that I'm making is I believe you still have single people who's trying to establish themselves. We always going to have single young people entering the working space. So in my opinion, that's what I believe who will be working for you.
So when you say single, do you mean without children and without relationships?
Yes, I'm saying like single people, like college students. Typically, when we look at jobs that's $12 an hour, $14 an hour, I believe those types of entry-level jobs was designed for younger people, not older people.
You believe whatever the hell you want. That's a new age talking point.
Yeah, the problem with that is that the demographic of people in that specific age range that you're talking about, it wouldn't even be enough of them to fill the workforce. But not to mention the average Black woman has her first child at 22. So you're definitely talking about people that have to provide for children once you get past the college graduate age, which I believe is also 21, 22. But
I just want to make sure I understand where you're at. So are you saying that a 50-year-old man should be working entry-level jobs?
What I'm saying is see, this the problem with the argument. First of all, to answer your question, no, I'm not saying that at all. No, I'm not saying that. Your question was, am I saying that? So I'm not saying that. No, I'm not saying it either, though. The point is that the position that you're making right now is that all of the jobs will be entry level. But that's not what was stated. What was stated was that if you're a man, you're supposed to be out here having businesses and having employees. So they didn't say the employees had to be entry level. It didn't say what the employees was doing. It just said to have employees. So that means not all of those businesses will, and all of those positions and all of those employees will necessarily just be entry level. What if you start a tech business? Even if you say entry level, you're still talking about smart people, right? People from a specific sector and a specific age group.
So I'm going based off the video. The video said that he was going to be paying people $15 an hour or $14 an hour. I think that that's entry level. Now I might be wrong.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, so I'm going based off the video. I'm not saying that you're not going to have like higher earning input, but when he was giving an example, he said $14 to $15 an hour, and that's what made my mind go to entry level.
Right. From what I heard was, I didn't hear him say that. I heard the other guy say he would be if you're making that kind of money. And then like if you just play the last 20 seconds, the guy didn't mention what you would be paying your employees. He just stated that would be your mission.
All right, let's go back. I'm gonna play it really quick.
Let me before you play it, Either Man. Let me say something before you play it. Pretty much what's got to happen is if you want that dynamic that you're speaking of, Either Man, you have to adopt other people's cultural mindset. Because I can tell you right now, Hector and Maria, they're not having these problems. They're able to cohabitate with each other. Now, when it comes towards Tyrone and Keisha is living together for survival. They need each other to survive most of the time, depending on their living conditions. So you have to be able to adopt those cultural behaviors because most people don't even want to live with each other. They're forced to live with each other. They're forced to live with their mama. They're forced to live with their brother. They want their own place. So they end up finding someone to cohabitate with. And once they cohabitate with that person, now they're stuck in a sticky situation if they don't want to be together with each other. They got to hold out for a lease or they got to sit there and survive with each other because they don't have no one else.
But so that means that proves my point. That proves my point that if a man in those situations taking on a woman, he's looking for financial help from that woman.
To take care of her, absolutely. So can you play the video?
Yeah. But I want to understand, Manosphere, are you saying that person is looking for them to take care of or no?
Most of the time people are living together without being married is because they pretty much need each other. So pretty much one can't survive on the income without the other. That's most of the time.
That's crazy that y'all think.
I actually don't look at it like that. I understand what you're saying. I actually think that most people just think adults pay bills. Like I just think that that's just a normalized thing. Like adults pay bills, women pay bills, men pay bills. They don't necessarily see it as only men pay the bills. They don't. But they grow up now because people don't understand this. This is how they grow up. Hey, treat women equal. Don't look down upon them. Women just as smart as men. They are taught this. Now, if you want to delete all these teachings and teach them a different way, right? It's hard to tell a man, yo, this woman just as smart as you, just as capable as you, but let her keep her money and you spend all your money. Like, now, if you tell me, oh, yo, this woman can't do as much as you, she's not as smart as you, she's not just capable of you, you need to help her. Most people like to help people that are in dependent situations, right? They like to. Women love to help men that are in need or that are hurt. I talk about this all the time. The men that don't need them for nothing are the scariest men on the planet to them. Because
but you get with people, Aaron, to make your life easier. Most men are not saying I want to get with this woman to make my life harder, and most women are not saying I want to get with this man.
Wait, hold on real quick. Let's do this.
For a minute. Let's say that's true. Do you think working more hours or working a lot more is harder?
Working more hours is harder?
Yeah. So if you're telling me most people get with people to make their lives easier, you're literally making an argument because most people believe work is hard. You can argue a different point, but let's go on what we believe most people believe. Work is hard. So if I think work is hard and I'm getting with people to make my life easier, working more ain't the idea. So I'm gonna get with somebody to take half the workload.
I just know a lot of guys who say, if I don't have to cook, I don't have to clean, I don't have to fold clothes. and I'm out working doing something that I'm passionate about, they rather do the thing that they're passionate about than those extra types of things.
Well, let me.
Well,
I want
most men would
video real
rather
quick.
do that.
Wait. Hold on, real quick, 6'5". I wanted you to play the video, but I want to say to B Rose real quick. B Rose, I know we at war, but do you mind if I do a line of questioning with you real quick, just to kind of shed something a light for Manosphere real quick? No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So you've lived with a man before, correct?
No.
Y'all, you never lived with a man before? Okay, well then you can't answer the question. I thought you did.
All
See,
right, let's get back.
because I was
And
gonna
there
say,
goes the end of that line of questioning.
yeah, exactly. Because look, because here's the thing.
Hold on, guys. I want to play
Wait,
that.
but hold on, because this is what I'm saying. If she says yes, right, then she can answer the follow-up question.
Yeah, that's
Did you do it
being
because
honest.
you
I
were?
mean, I
Did you
can.
do it because you were desperate? Did you do it because you
yeah.
needed? I was
No. I mean,
surviving. Like
if you're
that
trying
ain't
to
it.
have
She
like
can't answer that question. She can't
yeah,
answer the
no.
question.
Sure,
Yeah,
that's
that should
No.
be it'd be
I can't.
hypothetical. Let's get
Yeah, that's the
let's get
point.
back to the video. Hold on 1 second.
Make
20
sure,
seconds.
yeah, you going back.
that was extreme, but go ahead.
1 second.
Feed your woman, and while she's nurturing the children, she can also nurture your dreams and your goals. Now you can be successful. Now you don't have to say, I'm working for $15. Now you can say, I got employees that I'm paying that's working for me for $15.
Podcast. Now you get the context of what I was saying.
Right. Okay. So now you're saying that I got employees that's working with me for $15, right? Okay. So here's the thing though. What is the average income when you look at the average income, right? For men and women, it's not really super high, but it is higher than that. So I get the point that you're making about the entry level position. But the point is they won't stay there either, man. That's the point. The point is if every man, this is what we telling men. So at what age do you supposed to have the job? I mean, at what age are you supposed to own the business? At what age are you supposed to have the employees? Pick the age, right? If we go down the line of questioning, you're just throwing out these arbitrary ass statements. Not you specifically, but I'm talking about in the context of the topic, right? We just throw out these arbitrary statements. Man, men supposed to own businesses. Well, then who's working for them? Remember, the women ain't supposed to be working.
So
right?
I
Be at home, right? So if
you
all
can,
have the
That's
business, then
that's the
who's working
mindset
for
that
them?
a lot of people think. People think that the women that aren't actually going out to the workforce isn't working. No, if they're in their household, they working. They working.
So
Yo, they
if
working.
you
Yeah, they
yeah,
working.
hold on.
That
I
ain't
want to
the
respond.
point.
Give
That's
me
not
1
what we're talking
second.
about. We're talking about
Well,
having an income.
let me
hold on. Just 1 second, because give me a second, podcast. I want to respond
Not
to
me.
what you said. I'm sorry. I want to respond to what podcast is saying. You don't have to have employees to have a business. I think if a person is making $15 an hour, he should be DoorDash. He should be Ubering. He should be doing something else to be able to make up for the income. And those things are called businesses. So I'm not just saying that you got to have 40 employees, but you should be doing something in this gig economy to make up for the money that you're not making.
Now, here's the counter to that, right? I'm wholeheartedly fine with men working more. It just means, in my opinion, that they spend less time with their children. I don't care how people want to slice it. When we start speaking about level of
Correct.
confidence and the very few men that can control that much of their life to navigate better than that I don't want to speak about them. That's a waste of time, right? Most men are not getting it. If a woman wants a man to provide more, I'm in agreement. He should work 80 hours. However, you are going to take away from something that he didn't get to experience with his father before them. Before the man started having, they spent less time with their children. And it impacted the men. See, women think they was the only ones impacted by previous generations. The men saw the lack of time they got to spend, the rarity and things like that. And part of that conversion was, I want to spend more time with my kids. So what I see often is men pushing strollers, carrying babies all the time, waking up, feeding babies. It's more prevalent than it's ever been, because men actually want to spend time with their children. If I'm not going to be mega rich and a millionaire, multi-millionaire, I'm just going to want to spend a lot of time with my family and have that, because those memories, building that is much better if I'm never going to be that goddamn rich. So that's the thing. If you're going to take away from a man that ultimately wants to spend way more time with his children because they didn't get that before and it bothered them. And so this is why you're seeing a major shift. Now, these lies that are happening, these men ain't even taking care of their kids and this, and that. These women are liars. These women are liars.
Most
These
men take
men
care of their kids.
are taking care of their children.
Yeah,
Older
most men are
generation
do.
things before, fine. But men are taking care of their children. They're
I
more
agree.
present than ever. Now, if you're talking about men that just don't want to have children, don't deal with children, you can make those arguments. But the men that want to take care of their family, that are around their kids, are actually doing it.
I agree.
So, and it's going to take away from their earning abilities. It is.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, let's go to B Rose. What was you saying, B Rose?
No, I mean, so I don't disagree with Aaron's point at all, right? But I feel like that's like parallel to what the guy said, but I don't see how that actually addresses to his comment, right?
I can,
like,
it's fine, but I'm going 10,000 steps beyond him, right? Because what he's saying is he's lying about one aspect. The women be nurturing for your babies and this and that. They don't talk about how men nurture women. You know how many women say,
right? I meant the video. I'm sorry.
I know, and this is what I'm saying. They keep tearing down men and only giving one aspect. There are so many women that are so lucky. Man, this guy really listened to me. He really cared about me.
Didn't he talk about $15 an hour? I'm so sorry. What am I missing? I thought the comment was about the man needing to make more than $15 an hour.
Yes, the thing with podcast is ultimately saying is everybody can't be a boss. Everybody can't, because if
Right,
everybody
but what the guy is saying is if you can't make more, okay.
I'm tying the point to you to understand. So this is what podcast is going with Either Man. The conversation is, and why Either Man's counters ultimately he's talking about wives and husbands, because it wouldn't make sense to make the argument for people that are single, because he couldn't make that argument. And so your counterpoint, which ultimately be then you can't say men are real men or this, that. Because then that means you're only talking about husbands that don't just, so you can't say this is what men are, and that's the true point.
But hold on, and I'm gonna ask this to you, B Rose. If a dude is dependent on his woman for money, can we call that guy lazy?
So like we just bounced around from 3 points. So let me
exactly. We all over the place right
can
now.
Can I just state my understanding and then you ask me a question?
Yeah.
So what I thought the guy was trying to get at, because this guy is supposed to be a traditional man having a discussion with a 50-50 man. What it sounds like the guy is trying to say is that if you are not this man who completely can take care of his family and retire this woman, you shouldn't have a woman. That is what he is trying to address. Now, not saying it's right. I'm saying that's what the man is saying to the 50-50 man. So that's where I thought the conversation was gonna go, and that's what my understanding was. So
that's a great question. Let's ask the men. If you cannot take care of a woman, should you have a woman?
Wait. She said,
so I'm not trying to direct the conversation. I'm telling you that was my understanding of that comment the guy made. That's where you stopped the video. That is what the guy was saying in the video. So that is what I'm saying my understanding is. But if you can take my understanding and now ask your question.
Well, I understand what you're saying, but I'm curious. I'm curious now to see where the guys stand. If a man cannot take care of a woman, right? If he can't afford to take care of a woman, should he be with that woman?
Crickets.
Well, I can say this. We can talk about what should happen and what does happen. Typically, nurses that I've spoken to in the past, they're always dealing with men that don't have a job, that's holding their car down, that's driving them back and forth. So they're always making those decisions when I've seen that. Now, if you asking me, I think if you asking me, I believe you should be able to hold some type of stability when coming into a relationship. If you're not prepared for the relationship, you shouldn't be in one. Such as if you're not prepared to pay that car note, you shouldn't be driving that car.
So I get you saying what's happening in the world, but most men, and I know podcasts might be one that disagree.
Yeah.
Hello, that believes that a man should not be with a woman that he cannot afford. That's a rule around men.
So, but here's the problem, right? We move past women being purchasable, right? Are we saying we purchase women? Is that the statement?
Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely.
100%.
So if that's the case, right? If women are acknowledging that they can be purchased, which I don't often hear them acknowledge, right? What you're trying to say is it is what it is, and that's the way it's going to be, right? If that's the case, fine. Tell a man how much they got to pay then, because often what the case is, they're not telling somebody. Oh, well, you just
are telling you.
Okay,
they tell you. They say,
no.
I need a man that's making 150,000. You can purchase me if you making 150,000.
But see, here's the problem. Either man. The problem is this: they are liars because they're getting purchased for less.
Absolutely
correct. So you know how you put something on the shelf for 150 and it don't sell. You sell it for a little bit less. Like they put it out on the market for
Black Friday sale.
They have a Black Friday sale. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't get 150 for this item, so let me sell it for 50,000 a year.
Turn your gain down.
Hold on, what's going on? On my
Turn
speaker?
your gain down, yeah.
The thing is that the person is like we got to be.
Oh my
so many times now, and I'm not gonna say it like it's a bad thing because I'm gonna stop pretending like I don't actually respect E, right? Because I do, but I agree with him. And nowadays we can't say they not saying it. At the same time, we can acknowledge that they ain't qualifying for what it is that they saying they won't, but they are saying. And that's the thing that I tried to highlight when we had conversations with women, and they say, well, if you look at the women, they not really they picking guys and they who's that? Ayo, my bad. Go ahead, Ayo.
No, I'm gonna be quick, bro. We can't listen to the women because they don't stand on nothing. They don't stand on principle. If they say I don't mess with a man unless he pay all the bills, these women are liars. And so when you're a liar and you don't stand on nothing, you, in my humble opinion, don't get a man that's not a liar and that don't stand on nothing. If these women were being honest and true, yeah, I only deal with men that do this, then all the men that we talking about that did them dirt, doing women dirty, wouldn't even exist. They liars.
Right, I'm not gonna disagree with you. I'm not gonna disagree with you.
So they
on
don't
that,
stand
but
on
I'm
principle,
saying,
so they don't get what they want. The men, only people that stand on principle should get what they want.
So,
Well,
hold on, let's ask B-Rose.
Don't forget he cut me off though.
You're right. Go ahead.
What I want to say is this: that I think you could correct me if I'm wrong, but I think what E and I are saying in this particular moment is that not that they're saying that's all they're going to accept. They're just stating out loud that that's what they want. They're just saying it, bro. Like what how much do you think a man should spend on a date? Oh, at least 300. What restaurants do you not want to go to? I don't want to go to the Cheesecake Factory. What do you want a man to be able to do? I don't want no man that got a regular job because I want to be able to move around whenever I want to move. Like they're saying out loud the things that they really desire. Does it make them pieces of shit? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, they are stating exactly what it is that they want. And the ironic part about it is, so when women try to argue in defense of, well, they still choosing guys that don't have all of that. I'm like, yeah, they're getting what they actually qualify for. They're picking and choosing from what's actually in front of them, right? Also a measure of what they qualify for, but then they're mistreating those men because those men aren't living up to this idea that they have in their mind of what they ought to be receiving from a man and what their life ought to look like, also provided by a man. So then they begin to mistreat them, aka cheat on them, aka verbally abuse them, aka not cooperate, and all of the other complaints that we see from men in this space consistently. That's why it looks that way.
Well, and this is the reason I disagree with Aaron. So Aaron is saying that if they go and sleep with this dude, that means that that's what they qualify for. No, absolutely. If we look at no, that doesn't. That's not true.
Go ahead.
Well, the point that I'm making is women are doing exactly what they say they're doing. They're not marrying. Most women are not marrying a dude that's making 20,000. They won't even accept that. They're not going to say yes and marry somebody unless he's making a certain amount of income on a mostly. So I think they are doing exactly what they say.
Okay, but here's the problem.
You'll sleep with that guy.
Wait. Here's the problem, right? So, but they still gonna have sex with him though.
But see, that's what I'm saying. I don't think sex validate anything.
Okay, so
Absolutely it does.
It doesn't matter if you think sex validates anything. Do women think sex validates anything?
No.
Okay, if that's the case, they would be letting men poke anything they want and not
do.
ever. No, they don't.
Yes, they do. Listen, women. We was on one stream and a woman said that she had like 300 bodies, right? Like I think it's a side of this that we don't talk about. Anyone that a woman desired to have sleep with have nothing to do with money most of the time.
No, that's not what I said. I'm talking about when women are saying, "I don't want my man messing with another chick." Well, he just smacking that. He just hitting that. They should have no quarrels, right? If that's the statement.
No, so what I'm saying is who they qualify, who they sleep with, is not the same measure.
I don't disagree with that. The problem is the way they compartmentalizing, saying sex don't value, it don't mean this, that. But if I get with you and you do it with somebody else, then it's valuable and it means something.
Yeah, well, that's control. It's a lot of women want to control the person that they with, and if the man let them control. But I'm just saying, a woman, just because a woman sleep with someone, that doesn't. It's not like, just like we don't look at it as approval, women don't look at it as approval either. That's just somebody I slept with. Especially if you look at it.
Let me make sure I understand what you're saying. I want to use a different analogy. So let's say I got a degree in something, whatever, anything you could think of in your own mind right now, right? But I got that degree, but I still work at Kmart. Like, do I not qualify for the Kmart job? I still work there. Regardless of what the degree I have says, I still work at Kmart. So I'm qualified to work at Kmart, right? Until I'm able to enter into a position. Because I think it was some crazy statistic I saw, that said, I don't want to lie, but I swear I think it said like 60% of people don't even work in the field in which they have their degrees in. Right?
Correct.
Right.
Yeah,
so they have these degrees, but they still have lesser jobs. So isn't that kind of, I know they play the experience game when it comes to hiring, but isn't that still kind of like, if you work there, that's what you qualify for, right? So I'm comparing that to, like, because my mom said that once before about my dad. You know, like I was above him. I don't know what I was doing with him. I'm like, he qualified for you. You gave it to him. He was there.
So not from a sex point of view, because sex today is more transactional than a marriage. Most marriages are not transactional.
Absolutely, that is absolutely incorrect. That is absolutely false. You just said yourself that they're not marrying the dudes if they don't make a certain amount of money. That is an implication of a transaction right there, and yet they sleeping with the dudes pretty much for free. So it's obviously the opposite.
No. So listen, I'm saying just because a woman have a standard of income doesn't mean that it's transactional. Because it's not really about the money; it's about the lifestyle. When women say, "Hey, I want a man making $150,000," it's not really about the money; it's the lifestyle that she believes she can have at $150,000.
So we the men are actually saying we agree. Let's just have sex. Because ultimately what you said is, look, women ain't marrying the guys unless they make a certain amount of money, but they're still willing to have sex with them. That's all guys been wanting from the jump anyway.
That's what's happening. Hold on. So listen, they're having sex. See this idea that women ain't having sex is crazy to me. They're having sex. Now they might not be having sex with you. And I'm not talking about anybody on this panel, but they getting those cheeks beat in. So I'm just saying. So this idea that sex is such a high standard, I think when women typically want to have sex, they have so many options. I believe women have more options to have sex than men. Absolutely. So of course somebody's gonna get turned down. So just because you're getting turned down doesn't mean anything.
No. That's fine. E. Let's navigate to the main point that you want to touch on.
I want to play a little bit more of this video, and then we can navigate, because it's a point. Because I think you're losing in this. I'm just joking. I don't even know. Yeah, you losing this battle, so he's trying to get up out of here. You see this being?
Who learned you?
Hold on.
I'm trying to elevate you. But men get so caught in their emotions and their pride, and the first thing you want to do is feel attacked. Get the wisdom.
This is coming from a rich man.
But right now
this
you're
coming
acting
from a rich
triggered.
man.
But right now you're
But this
acting
is coming
triggered.
from a rich.
By the way, every time I try to give people advice, they say, "Oh, you say it because you got money."
How did I get here?
Yeah.
But how did I give you? And I'm giving you the steps. This is if you put down your ego, if you put down your pride, brother. Am I saying anything wrong? I'm saying men should be men.
But you saying we not men. You saying we not men.
Brother.
Exactly.
Any man that makes an excuse can't be a man completely. You can be a male. A man comes with responsibilities, and it's hard. To be a man, it's hard, brother. It's not easy. That's what.
So the question I want to ask you, any man that makes excuses, does that not make him into a man?
I mean,
So how does this go against my original point that this is a standard that men are putting on each other, and all women are doing is attaching themselves to it and trying to uphold it for themselves?
Because
like, of course they are.
It goes to the argument that women don't know how to think for themselves. And if you're saying that they don't, then we the male.
No, what I'm saying is why would they go against it when great benefit?
See, and that's again the point, because then we talk about women having their own thought process and their own principles. Are you ultimately saying is if something benefits women, she's willing to throw out her own standards and principles and things like that? Is that what you're arguing?
I think that's leaning way to the left, right? So if the standard among men is you need to be so capable that you can pay for her complete lifestyle, why would she deteriorate from that?
Easy answer. There is no standard.
Not the standard. Exactly.
Let me tell you why. Most men don't even care about other men. So there is no standard amongst men.
No, okay.
There is no standard amongst men.
Okay, so not standard. This stereotype is not from women. Like this idea that a man is only a man if he is capable of being a high earner, successful, all of this is not something that women put on men. It's something that women it's something that among men you competitively put among each other, and of course women see the benefit in having that kind of man.
No.
So
that's fair to say. So
of course they're going to champion that.
So no, listen. Ultimately, that's fair to say. Kanye said it in one of his rap. They made us hate ourselves and love their wealth. So they taught women. That's why Shorty hollers where the ball is at, right? Because wealthy men, like the guy said, but you were coming from a rich man. He's actually breaking it down right there. Rich men can monopolize the game by selling to you a dream that they not going to give to you. Yeah, you should get with a man like me. And the women go, I got with a man like you, and all you did was cheated on me, and all you did was this and controlling. They're actually describing a lot of other men, right? What they'll try to do is reclaim the narrative. You could get a rich man that's loyal and faithful too, and all these things. And what do the women that you know tend to tell you about those men? That ain't the case. I'm not saying there ain't no men like that, but the women have expressed continuously, the women that y'all listen to through music, whatever the women y'all willing to listen to, that the men are going to cheat on them and going to do what they want.
Not okay. Can we back up to the conversation maybe like 30 minutes ago? You said
your argument is the men, the competitive men, make the standards for other men. And I'm telling you, most men don't care about other men. And so if you're saying if either man hanging out with the man that he hang out with, they are competitive. However, if he don't think podcast a man, he don't hang with him. Therefore, he don't care about him. So it's not the standard for men that they don't hang around and that they don't care about. And if they are hanging around you, you typically are those men.
Okay, I just want to address something you said. So I just want to address something you said because I think it's a little bit contradictory then. Earlier you said that something about how women used to be in a position, or women are in a position that we didn't have to care about what they think because they couldn't even give us an opinion. They couldn't even work. They weren't even educated. So men had to take care of them. So isn't that where this standard, not even a standard, but like this idea that men had to take care of them. They had to have a certain level of income and betterment. Like that's always been the case.
Yeah, well, I didn't say that. You might have heard somebody else say that.
Absolute. Like it's weird to me, Aaron, because you can't say it's fair. I hate when you say that because you say that to everybody. Motherfuckers be like, dragons are pretty. You be like, that's fair to say, right? But it's not fair to say because it's not true, right? So this is the pushback that I had for Anton that time, because it's like, dude, stop pretending like the average working dude out here give a fuck about you rich niggas, because they don't. They don't care. They ain't thinking about you. They trying to get high. They trying to get drunk. They going to the club. They trying to dress fly. They trying to clean the wheels on their car. They trying to smash their girl, toss their kids in the air. They not thinking about what you got. Most niggas don't even think about where their taxes go. They just know they don't like having the taxes taken out of their check, right?
That's
But
not
these
true.
guys in E and all these other guys' position, they thinking about what these other niggas is doing, because they always thinking about my taxes going for these niggas
So
for
podcast.
their baby mama, and my taxes go in, my taxes go there.
Now podcast.
And then, hold on.
Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna use the video y'all playing right now as my proof. Please don't deflect from my question before you move on. Which guy in the video is telling the other guy to be like me? Which one?
The rich guy.
Exactly.
The
So,
gaslighter.
but the problem is what you said is not wholeheartedly true, right? In the sense of, if you I kind of was breaking it down to somebody in real life with the situation, so I got to be careful. But ultimately, it's about the woman. If your woman treating you good, you feeling good, whether you got money or not, then you don't care about rich guys. However, if a woman is constantly saying, "I wish I could do this and I wish I could do this," and you know it take money, and she not happy and comfortable, completely in a relationship, you're gonna have a disdain towards rich guys, because you know ultimately she's telling you indirectly, hey, if we had more money, we could do this and we could do that. If a woman and her man are cool, he ain't making a lot of money, but she ain't yearning for more things, and she ain't saying things like, man, I wish we could do this and I wish we could do this, and knowing it takes money, then they don't think about rich guys. But when they woman make them feel like they inadequate because they are not able to get those things, rich guys are heavy on their mind, because he's ultimately think like, dang, so you just want to be with a rich guy, and this rich guy's got you thinking all this, that. You want to act like that before you saw either man pull up in that role. Like, so it's, I hear you on a general basis, but it's about how that woman makes her man feel on a daily basis. If she start putting that experience out there, they worry a lot about men with money. That's how I look at it, at least.
Into the video, what that guy did
Was
what
you
a
gonna
lot
say
of
that?
men do. What that guy did is what a lot of men do. Pretty much, he used the no true Scotsman's fallacy, where you're saying someone's not something that they are, just to prove that you're more superior than them and you should be like me. That's the no true Scotsman's fallacy. Also, what he was doing was gaslighting, and this happens all the time, no matter how much money you have.
Absolutely.
You hear it on these panels all the time when people say, "Oh, if you was a real nigga, you wouldn't say that." It's no difference. That's the no true Scotsman's fallacy. Pretty much, I put you in a position where you're defending something that's not your actual point, because now you're focusing on being a real nigga, or now you're focusing on being a real man when you are a man. So that shouldn't be the argument. That's a fallacy, and that's the no true Scotsman's fallacy. And also, that's gaslighting. We do that to each other all the
Absolutely.
time.
Absolutely.
No,
Think
hold
about it
on
when
one
he
second.
said to him. He said being a
Hold
man.
on, podcast. I want to respond to what you said. So you are right to a sense, right? I can't disagree. You're right. The man that is invisible to you, that you don't see or you don't have access to, you don't worry about. Typically, the rich dude that the broke people, I won't say broke, the lower income people have a problem with, is the man that they see when they both get that $100,000 bonus. When you see that Bill Gates, when you see that, not Bill Gates, but when you see that the company Amazon made a couple $1 trillion and they got somebody on their staff making $30,000.
Either
The
man,
man
that's
that
not what I was talking about. That's not what I
I
was talking
know,
about.
but I'm responding
He
to
was
podcast.
responding to me, bro.
Yeah, so podcast made the statement that they don't care. They do care about the people that they can see. I'm not saying that they care about all rich people, but the rich people that are visible, they care because they wouldn't be asking for more money if they did not care.
Okay, so
That's I see what you're trying to say.
the problem with that statement for me is that I can't really respond to the corporate situation. But I can tell you, in the hood, yeah, you might see the dope dealer, and you see how all the women respect him, and you could be a little bit envious of that, right? Because you know that that's based on his success. But the thing is this: what I'm trying to tell you is, the prison is full of niggas that was trying to get to the bag, bro. They wasn't spending any time worrying about what you was doing. They were just trying to get to their own bag. That's it. They ain't worrying about what you doing. And as a person who was and still is in that space, I'm saying take it from him because y'all not in that space. I believe because I'm in that space, I can speak for the majority of them because I've been around a lot of niggas. Bro, when I was with my son, mama, I ain't have nothing going on. All I did was I was a stay-at-home dad, which we know is the value of that is zero. So, but I would have my son with me. We would be up at the lake. Bro, it'd be 50, 60 niggas up there. Some of them got their kids. Some of them just ain't got nothing going on. We was all broke, putting together a few dollars to go get a bottle, of 2 or 3 bottles, 4 or 5 sacks of bud, chilling with our kids, playing ball all day long, bro. You know what we wasn't doing? Man, that pussy ass nigga eating man. That nigga got that bag, man. I don't like that shit, man. Bro, we didn't care about you niggas, is what I'm trying to tell you.
But what they will do is scope them out.
And even though,
Hold on one
bro,
second. Let me respond to what podcast said. That's such a limited amount of people, though. Like your 5 friends smoking bud by the lake is not a reflection of the whole lower class. That's the point that I'm trying to make you say.
It wasn't 5, but the point I'm trying to get you to realize is you ain't that nigga. So like it would be the same thing if I'm trying to talk about the demographic of men that you're actually in. Who has a better point of view, a better perspective on that? You or me? You, obviously, right? Do you talk about the money? And I'll be crazy to try to say I could talk more about what the money is than you. I'm telling you, it ain't you saying my 4 or 5 friends, but it's more than that. And it ain't just all my friends. Chicago is full of spots where niggas who ain't getting to it go hang out at. I'm talking about all I need is one more other person from Chicago to come up here and tell you, bro, we got parks on parks on parks.
This is what I wanted you to shift.
Where niggas go just hang out at, bro, because they don't got nothing going on. And I'm talking about all age demographics, from dropouts in high school to winos in their 50s, right?
Yeah, but see, I think podcast
niggas ain't sitting around pointing out nobody that's getting to it.
I'm not arguing that I'm not arguing that they're sitting around. I'm saying that if they have visible, say for example, y'all go to the club, and let's go back to the lake example.
I'm in the club. What I'm hating on you for? I'm in the same club as you.
No, listen. Let me go back to your lake example. Y'all sitting around smoking bud on the shore.
We are getting so far from the video.
I know, but I just want to make this last point that we
That's
can go
what
back.
I said earlier.
Nigga, they plotting to rob your ass, nigga. That's what they
Listen, let's just hear me out. So say for example, you smoking your bud and you drinking it. Let him pull up, let him have a little mini yacht or a nice boat inside that lake. You gonna start like, what the fuck this nigga think he is that he get to ride in the boat while we sit over here and smoke the bud. And the envious come if you have visual access to them. I'm not saying that you worried about somebody in Seattle and you in Chicago. That's not the point that I'm making. The point that I'm making is everybody that typically you have that's making more than you, that you have visual access to. I do think that you think about those people.
So is that what you do right now? Because you have access to people that have way more money than you. So is that what you do?
I think about getting rich often.
You think about getting rich, but are you hating on them? Are you bothered by the people who have more money than you?
I think it's a certain level of income, right?
And there it is. See, that's what I'm saying. So I'm not saying they don't exist. We know robbery happens. We know people get carjacked and murdered. Like, we know envy and jealousy exists. What I'm saying is we're speaking to a demographic. So the other people on the panel who want to talk shit about we away from the video, guess what? if we were talking about your demographic, you would probably want to have something to say. You would probably want there to be a level of understanding and objectivity on what's being said. If we're talking about a specific demographic, I'm saying if you're in that demographic, I'm going to take your word for it, which is why I tried to go to B. Rose earlier when we were making a statement about men and women living together, out of this desperation, because I'm like, well, we got a woman on the panel right here because I don't think that's logical.
I
I
never
think
said
I'm almost
desperation.
done, bro. I swear if I could just land the sentence, I'm almost done. I believe more often than not, when people get together, it's because they in a relationship. They exclusive. That's why they get together. They decide to be exclusive and they want to live together because they don't want their person living all the way over here and I'm living all the way over here and we gonna live together. Yes, it can come into fold that we only gonna have one bills and all this and that and blase skippy and woo up the bam. But we know if a majority of these women already have children, since the average woman is having her first kid at 22 years old, then I'm saying the reason why people do that, bro, is because they just be grown. They be wanting to be grown. They be wanting to play house. They be doing their thing. It's not as deep as y'all make it. Like, you know what? If I go live with her, then I don't gotta have my rent. It's not like that. Maybe it's like that for women.
But we're shifting from the point. But do people think about rich people? And they do, because the majority of Americans are middle class. Like when y'all start talking about having conversations of the majority of people are in the middle class. Does that mean they have middle class net worth? Not necessarily, but they're in the middle class. And middle class are always irate about wanting more money. Always irate. Oh, we can't survive this. If you're in a lack position, you're going to think about the people that are not in that same position, because we often know that what is it? What is it? Jealousy is the theft of joy. Comparison is the theft of joy. Whatever the phrase is, people always make comparisons, not typically of the person directly next to them. Me and Eda Man down bad right now, right? Man, we need to get this fixed out. We looking at somebody that got it fixed, and we like, man, if I was in that, if I could do that. We typically don't look at people directly next to us, and so yes, people that are not rich are typically looking towards rich people to make their comparisons and their gripes about.
So since I consider you an honest person, let me ask you this. Do you, if you think if we comb through the internet, do you think we will find more videos of dudes promoting their 50-50 lifestyle and as well shooting down the idea of these guys who pay for everything and telling them they ought not to? Or do you think we will find more videos of traditional guys who pay for everything telling niggas who doing 50-50 that there's something wrong with them?
Oh no, it's the people telling that there's something wrong with it. I understand.
The evidence suggests who is thinking about who and talking about.
But there's a reason to that, right? There's a simple answer for that. The person that has more is the person of influence. If you broke and you ain't getting money, if you're not influenceable, then you're going to not be the one that people look to speak. And the ones that people want to speak, right or wrong, however society look at things, are the ones that have more money and the ones that people tend to want to have more of their lifestyle. So you're going to see more videos of somebody telling you, look, part of the reason I'm the way I am, I know y'all wondering because y'all not getting to it. And I know y'all want some money because these women telling y'all that, like Eda Man said. And that's why you'll see more of them talking so-called down or expressing a different view, because they're the influencer. Typically, the other guys are not the influencer.
So you would sound crazy. You would sound crazy if you was like, yeah, you need to quit your job and come to the lake and smoke some weed with us, and we all go win $3.
Now you gotta be disingenuous, because that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about guys. We're talking about guys that work and do 50-50. That's what we just said. We're not talking about guys at the lake. We're talking about guys that do 50-50, because we getting back to the video since everybody crying about it. The point is that those guys is not caring about what them other guys do. They're not making videos and promoting and telling the other traditional guys, look, you guys need to stop being so traditional. You messing it up for us 50-50 guys.
It's shameful though. Listen, a lot of dudes that's doing 50-50 don't want the world to know that their wife is or their girl is playing 50-50. It's a secret. They like this idea that I want the world to know that I need her to pay 50% of these bills. Most guys don't want the world to know that. They want that to be their little secret. On the other end, the guy who's paying 100%, he's prideful about that. That's why he talks about that a little bit more, because hey, I'm taking care of my business. So it's really a mindset. It have nothing to do with proving the point that you're talking about.
No, it's what you're mischaracterizing it, and I can't tell if you're doing that on purpose or not. And I'm trying. I'm gonna do my best not to get upset, but
Me,
you
you
are.
just did that with
You're
me.
saying
You
that they're saying they need help to pay the bills. They don't need help to pay the bills. That's the point. Is what they saying. They saying they're done with the lifestyle of I'm the only one paying the bills. They aren't saying that they
Okay,
need
thank
the
you.
help,
All right, thank
right?
you, bro. Yeah, it's not that we need it. It's just that
Same thing.
I learned from my first baby mother that I'll be picky about paying all the bills because she did not respect that shit at all. She did not. Yeah, she still treated me like shit anyway. So
So the reason I
Oh,
think it's
so maybe we can
important
take it from
to
somebody who's experienced it. Thank you, Pryor.
so I think
yeah,
it would have been important to finish the video because the conversation isn't even about like these little semantic back and forths. They were discussing what made them a man or not. The traditional man is saying, I'm a real man because I take care 100% of anything. And the 50-50 man is saying, how am I not a man? Because what are you getting by taking care of everything that I'm not getting in this 50-50 relationship? My girl
right.
still respects me. I still have kids with my girl. We still have a house. We still have cars. What is the difference between us with my girl
She
contributing
still cook,
and
clean,
all
laundry,
that?
all that.
And you know, what is the difference? And the traditional guy's trying to say exactly what Aaron was saying, that well or Eman was saying, I get to say this with pride. I take care 100% of everything. He's like, well, I'm not ashamed that my girl and I are a team. And that's why I think
Mm.
it's important to go back to the video.
Well, we about to change. We about to change directions, but we will definitely dive a little bit deeper into that maybe another time. Because I got a
Mm.
question before we get out of here, and I'm really curious to know what you guys think. Do you believe that it's a universal list that men truthfully want? How they want their women, like a one-on-one on how they want their women to act. So my question to y'all guys: do you believe it's a universal list?
Affirmative.
Oh,
I believe everybody likes different things, but there is a universal kind of standard to a healthy and successful relationship. You're gonna want a woman who is definitely cooperative. You know, that's the big word.
Hello, no, don't go on the list because I'm gonna
Oh,
pull up the list. So, Prime, you're saying that you believe it is a universal list. Matt, do you believe that it's a universal list that majority of the men want?
Of how they want their woman to be, you say?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't. I don't.
Podcast. Do
I'll
you
be
believe that
struggling.
it's? Do you believe it's a universal list that men want their women to be?
you're just talking about behaviors.
I'm just saying, is it a universal list?
Oh well, no.
Okay. J Hub, do you believe it's a universal list that men want their women to be? I guess J Hub's not there. I want to pull this up really quickly, and I want to go through.
Why can't you ask me?
Don't forget Manosphere.
Yeah,
I'm
me.
sorry, I can't. I couldn't see Manosphere. Manosphere. Who are Manosphere? Do you believe it's a universal list that women want their men to like men want how they want their women to be?
I believe there's a universal standard. We want our women to
Mm.
be
yeah,
respectful.
that's what I
We
was.
want our women not to
Hello,
disrespect us. We want
We
don't
our
go
going
on
down
women
the
the list
list.
yet. Don't go down the list yet. 'Cause
standard.
So, B Rose, do you believe that it's a universal list that men want their women to be?
Yeah, I think there's a minimum.
Aaron, let me ask Aaron because I didn't ask Aaron. Aaron, do you believe that there's a list that men want their women to be?
I think I have to interpret the way I'm presuming you mean it. I think there is a list that if you put the large majority of men in a room, that they would come out and be almost in full agreement with it. Yes. So I
Mm.
think for the most part, I think that's what you're saying, because obviously we understand nuance of this. I think you saying most men, large majority of men would agree that these are the things that the large majority of men will want, right? That's how you're saying it, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a universal list. Yeah.
All right. So I want before I tell y'all what I think, I want to put up this list that this woman made. All right. And I want to go through the first one. So number one says be his safe place, his comfort zone, and so he can feel like home. Do you believe that number one made the universal list?
No.
God.
Yeah.
As far as peace, if that's what that means, then it has to be on it. If that means peace.
Okay.
Safe place destroys it though. That safe place destroys it. That's the problem with it.
Safe place destroys it.
Hold on. We're gonna get into it. So do y'all believe that number one is a universal list before we dive into it?
If it means peace, I believe it's on that.
So to be his safe place, his comfort zone, and feel like at home. Aaron? Go ahead. Who's that? Beans?
I missed what you said. My bad. I was talking.
So do you believe number one makes the list? Be his safe place, his comfort zone, and feel like home. Did that make the list?
Yeah, that's gonna be on the list. Yeah.
All right. So based off what you said earlier, Aaron, you said if women are liars and they're accepting something different, we shouldn't believe them at all, right?
Correct.
So if men are saying that, hey, we're only accepting this universal code, and they're actually selling for a lot less, would that make them liars?
No.
So no, because what you're speaking to is about the difference of avocation. I don't think men advocate like women do. Like men but pretty much suffer in silence. They don't actually express the reason why most of these women keep coming on these panels to be around men because they are clueless. They're like they genuinely, honestly, most of these women are clueless. They have no idea about who men are. So
hold on, no, Aaron. You said, hold on. I just want to make sure because I've been paying attention. You said if a woman said that she want a man that's making six figures and she settled for something less, that means she's a liar and she truthfully don't want it. And if we got a universal,
that's not what I said. I said if a woman says she only deals with men that can do this, only is the key important role. Only. I only deal with men that pay all the bills. If she say that and then she don't do it, that's the problem. You can go back and check the clip. Only is
I got you. Okay, so if men said that they only deal with women on this universal list that be his safe place, his comfort zone, and feel like he's at home, does that make him into a liar and that disqualify him as a man?
If he's dealing with somebody that's not like that, he is a liar.
So the point that
he's a liar for that.
Listen to what he just said. If a man say, I only deal with women, that's my safe place, and this, that, and you meet
if he says that or if he wants that.
Well, I think I heard
that's on the list. That's what he wants.
You might have to ask either man to read.
No. Let's even break it down a little bit deeper. What if he just have sex with those women who don't have that? Is he a liar?
Well, it depends. If he says
that, then yeah.
You asked two different questions, right? If you're saying I want a woman like this to be with her, or if I want a woman like this to sleep with her, two different things.
See, you didn't give that caveat to the women, Aaron.
I did. I did.
Absolutely did. No, listen. You said she's sleeping with him. If she's sleeping with this man, because I tried to give you the alley branch, you said, well, she's talking about marriage. She's not talking about people she sleep with. And you went on record stating that, no, she's sleeping with this person. She's a liar.
Because we're speaking about if she said only. And go back and play the tape. I'm telling you, you're not going to win this one. I'm telling you.
At all. So, no, the point that I'm asking, and I want to pass it to Matt, because maybe I'm missing something. I feel like when we talk about women and we say if they sleep with this man, that means that's the standard, that's what he can get. They don't look at it as just sex. When we look at men, and men say, hey, we want a woman that's my peace place, my safe, this, that, and third, but they mess with these ratchet women that this, that, and third, how they're different from the woman.
This is two
Help me
different things.
understand.
No, this is two different things, but I'm willing to indulge. We know those men are liars too. They're not able to get these women. They liars. I always tell you.
Well, I will put it to you like this too, Aaron. If I'm looking for a woman with some type of morals and character and peace, all those other things that you said, right? That might also not be the woman that will let me just use her body any type of way that I want to and let me just use her like a woman of the night or a woman of the street, right? So if you're just in the meantime, in between time, you're looking for something convenient, I mean, and the convenient are the women who have no standards to what they will allow, what they will accept from you sexually or whatever the case may be, and that's what you choose to do. Yes, you may look to be hypocritical in the eyes of Aaron or somebody else, but you're satisfying a need maybe until you get what you want.
But see, but no, that's the same thing that women. Hold on, women are making that same argument. Hey, check this out. I can't find the dude where I want, so I'm having sex with this homosexual or this pookie until I find the man that I want. Matt, how is that different?
They're not making that argument. You're a liar. You're saying they're doing those things, but they're not making those arguments. They're not saying, "Good, I want these guys. This is that." But what I'm gonna do is be with this guy instead. They saying, "Man, I deserve this. I only be with this. If not, I can do bad by myself. I'm not dealing with y'all." Now, if you saying that women are saying this is what they would like, but they're willing to take less, we all know that.
Well, I'm saying they're hiding them. They listen, just like men hide those ugly ducklings. Oh, I said just because men hide these ugly ducklings, just because men, I said just because men hide these ugly ducklings, women hiding these homosexuals too.
That's fair. That's fair. I don't disagree with that. They might be hiding them if you believe that's the case, and they might be ashamed. But then that goes to my point: are these men in relationships with women that make them feel like everything is cool and this, that, or they put these pressures on them, which make men think about rich people? Because that tends to be the case.
I think these universal rules are talking points because I see time after time these dudes get with women that don't give them the same thing. They marry women that don't give them peace. They marry women that do all these things, and then they say that this is a universal want of something they're not getting.
I don't think that it still can be a universal want even if they didn't get it. I mean, people make mistakes all the time.
Well, I'm glad you said that, B Rose. If that's the case, women can have this universal wants that they want 150,000 guy, 200,000 guy, and just because they don't get it, they make mistakes. I mean, we can literally use the same argument.
That's perfectly fine. The difference is this: what's the treatment like? Like, let me give an example. If a man don't get the nice list that he want, the women are still getting good treatment. The women that don't get the man that they want, listen to the difference of conversation. It is way different. The put downs, you ain't a man. When do a man say you ain't a woman? You ain't a woman because this. They not giving those women those same conversations.
I just got through talking about that.
They not.
Hey, Eric, that was so funny, Eric. You ain't never walk up to a woman and say, "You ain't no woman. Them dishes dirty." Go ahead and clean them dishes that you're a woman.
Why not?
First of all, I want to say I'm here to represent the conservative douchebags when it comes to the 100% versus 50-50. You feel what I'm saying? Secondly, I want to say, Wody Mac, you disgust me, brother. You sound like a hippie over there right now. Thirdly, I want to say, B Rose, that is not your real speaking voice. You need to stop capping, coming up here every time trying to have the radio quiet.
When you can find a clip of me speaking differently, I'll take your word for it.
You're not gonna do that on the internet. When you at home, you talk like Danny Glover. We know what it is.
Prove it.
So you know what it is. That voice be deep in a motherfucker.
Prove it.
Danny Glover, you feel me? But I just wanted to add, did y'all move past the 100% versus 50-50?
We still kind of there. Well, we kind of passed it, but so let me ask you a question because everybody kind of the consensus is The guy that's paying 50% of the bill should get the same level of respect as the guy getting 100% bills. How do you feel about that?
I agree.
He should, but he won't.
See, so is that an issue of the man or the woman?
It's an issue of the woman, but it's still a reality that you gotta face. The moment a dude decides to put himself in a 50-50 situation, he gives away his power. Because if a woman has 50%, she gonna feel like she got all the damn power. You feel what I'm saying?
So let me address this really quickly. Angry Man, you make a valid point, right? I mean, what's the difference in between the way a man that pays 100% of the bills can choke the shit out that bitch?
That's my question.
I don't think this is your question.
It is though.
What's the difference between the way that a man that pays 100% of the bills can choke the shit out of a bitch versus a man that pays 50%?
No, that's not my question. No, wait, no.
Here's the
Wait.
Let me answer it. Here's the difference. The difference is the difference is the nigga that gets arrested for that shit on Friday is gonna get bailed out on Monday if he pay 100% of the bills, because the more the nigga that pay 50-50 might not get bailed out because that nigga can be replaced.
Well, this is the real podcast. This is how I
bail himself out. That's why she paying. That's why he got to pay 50-50. He can bail himself out.
Podcast. This is how you're supposed to get this question answered, right? So, either man, I will go to you. This your show. You run things, right? How is a woman supposed to treat a man that makes less money than a man that makes more money? What's the difference in treatment? How tell us how the treatment is supposed to be different.
I think she's gonna expect him. She's gonna expect him to wash dishes. She's gonna expect him to fold clothes. Like she's gonna have expectations for him to do things that guy that's making that's paying 100% of the bills that she don't have expectations.
So you're supposed to treat somebody that makes less money differently.
Absolutely, I think so. Let's go with that.
Completely disagree.
But you're not describing treatment. You're describing.
And I understood the way they
exactly. And no, we're not gonna gloss over that. That's 100%
should not change.
I'm speaking to the treatment. How is a woman supposed to treat a man that makes a lot of money as opposed to a man that makes average money?
But see, how you asking the question is what should happen versus what.
I'm not asking. Whoa.
Even if but he's still saying treat. So
I get what you're saying, but listen to what I'm saying. Everybody should treat everybody the same. But we live in the world.
No, I'm not making that argument. I'm not making everybody should be treated the same. I'm saying we want to know how are you supposed to actually treat them differently?
Well, I can tell you. Okay. She gonna have more of an attitude. Like you listen, you decide that you go. I'm just telling y'all might can disagree with this, right? Because y'all think that if she's paying 50% of the bills and she's working just as hard as you, y'all gonna have the same sex life. Y'all gonna have all the same things if she's working just as hard as you. I'm here to tell you guys that it's not true.
Nope, we're not making those arguments. So
can't work just as hard as
no. So let's make this argument, right? Why?
I'm forgetting something.
Wait. Why do you think there's any such thing as of a woman of good character if she's going to treat you differently if she picks you?
So, well, I told you that I believe that her environment is a big dictator of how she acts, right?
When does women have to work on character?
But see,
and that's kind of what I'm trying to allude to.
Wait. Here's the problem, though, right? So we're saying that if you get a great woman, we're saying that greatness is not attached to good character, correct?
If you do what?
Men are saying, "Hey, my wife is great. I got a great woman." If they're making claims like that, then there's an indication that she either has great character or they're saying we think she's great in lieu of character.
No, so I'm just saying
what they're saying when they say they have a great woman is that she don't get on their nerves.
Wait, but Angry Man, because I don't even know if you was watching at this point, right? Watch this. So the thing that Aaron, thank you for putting the names back up. The thing that Aaron asked was, how would the treatment be different, right? Man's one response was, she'll have an attitude. But let's just go with that. So he's saying is naturally, if she's paying half the bills or working hard as you, as he described it, she's gonna have an attitude, which means if she's not paying half the bills, meaning she don't gotta pay the bills, and she ain't working as hard as you, she shouldn't have an attitude. Let's go with the example on the panel. Hey, Prime, when you were paying all of the bills and your woman didn't have to pay half and she didn't have to work as hard as you, how was her attitude?
It was still shitty.
Oh.
Can I chime in?
But hold on. Since we're gonna do this,
chime in on that? Can I chime in on that? Because I've had it both ways too. And every time that I paid 100%, there was no attitude.
Every time?
Every time.
So every time means them motherfuckers didn't work out a whole lot of times.
Well, it's on the character of the woman.
It didn't work out because I chose to end the relationship for certain reasons.
Oh.
But it had nothing to do with the money.
Yeah, but it has something to do with her.
But now you opening the door to what podcast is saying, though.
But it has nothing to do with her.
Hold on, but
whatever reason you left her, the money didn't change.
First of all, Aaron, you don't gotta rescue me. We can have this conversation. Go ahead.
Whatever reason it was that you left, the money didn't change that. That's the only point.
Y'all can have
That's the only point that needs to be made.
The money, that's irrelevant.
You left because her feet stink. The money didn't change that.
That's irrelevant to the point, though.
No,
that's irrelevant to the point.
Not the point that we're trying to make.
Those are two separate issues.
Not necessarily, because what we're saying, we don't know what they were, right? But whatever it is, we know you're with someone now and you ain't left and don't seem like you have no plans on leaving, which means in this particular situation, you found a woman who is compatible to your circumstances, which means those women weren't, which means even with the money, they still gave you reasons to leave.
Okay, but however,
they weren't perfect.
I'm not stupid enough to believe that if I was paying less and if it was back down to 50-50 or worse, that would definitely put a strain on the relationship. You can't ignore that.
No, we're not saying that we don't realize that it will. We're saying that it's stupid that it does. That's what we're trying to say.
I mean, you're talking about interactions with women. When is that not stupid?
We're trying to raise their consciousness.
Hold on, podcast. I'm trying to understand where everybody other than Angry Man is at. Are you saying a woman that goes to a job for 10 hours versus a woman that have the freedom to do other things going to act the same and have the same type of attitude?
Absolutely.
Y'all are crazy. that is crazy.
If anything, they're worse.
See, this is what I'm saying. Aaron O tried to get you to realize this earlier, Eater Man, but you never will. The way that you frame questions matter, right? So it's about the way that you frame a question. All I have to do is use the two test subjects on the panel. They was paying for everything, and those relationships didn't work out.
I get what you said.
Those women weren't compatible. They weren't cooperative. Something was going wrong. Now they both, in Angry Man still pays everything. Prime, I think, doesn't now, and they both still have happy, successful relationships.
We have better evidence, though. We actually have.
It's about the women, not the money.
We actually have
also, y'all forgetting that masculinity is also a commodity. I don't know
what you're trying to say, man. You're trying to say you got to be light-skinned to be masculine.
I'm trying to say that you're not going to be treated a certain way if you're acting a certain way. If you acting like a bitch, you know what I'm saying, bitch ass nigga. She gonna treat you like
but here's a factor that you're leaving out, podcast. You're not recognizing the fact that those women that were with those dudes that were paying 100% and they still were being shitty, If they're with guys now that's paying 50-50, I guarantee you they regret that mistake.
Sure do.
but they probably still acting better though. But they probably still acting better though, right? Because they've already loved and lost. So now they trying to hold on to what they got because they don't want it to be worse than what they
No,
got.
they're still being shitty.
I would even argue
or they still being shitty. Or they
Hold
still.
on. I would argue the point that the guy that's paying 100% of the bills versus the guy that's paying 50% of the bills, I would argue that one get more submission than the other.
Okay, E-Man, at the point you're
What
missing
does that
is
mean? What
that
is submission?
okay,
I'm
let me
sorry,
just say
go ahead.
something. The point, E-Man, you're missing is that a disrespectful woman is a disrespectful woman. We're not talking about a less. I think the only thing that the money is doing is maybe making her a less stressful woman, maybe making something like that. But if she is going to have an attitude, she's going to have an attitude whether he's paying
Because
100% of the bills or 50.
That's not always true. That's not always true.
Be careful how y'all answer this question, because what just sound like y'all saying, I'm gonna be quick. It sound like y'all saying if you have enough money, you can get rid of an unruly woman. And if that's their argument, women have a right to complain because y'all making them unruly.
No. Wait. No. See what?
So okay, let me just be clear because okay, all right.
Wait. What B Rose said, that is not 100% true. There are a lot of women. That have nasty attitudes because they don't like having to shoulder half the load or more of the load. And those same women in situations where a dude is shouldering the whole load will self-adjust their attitude.
That does
And
not
those
mean she
same
doesn't have a
women
bad
end up
attitude.
crying in the Rolls Royce.
We don't care. Look,
I don't care if you got a bad attitude. If you
I
don't
don't
know
care.
it.
Look, check this out. If I got a company, I don't care how much you curse me out in the parking lot, long as you do your job when you in the building. You feel me?
I mean, you don't care, but I'm saying for the ladies involved, they still unhappy than the motherfucker too.
Well, then,
No,
guess what? Life is tough. Get a helmet.
But their respect level gets better as they age. So as they get older, they get more respectful because those
You know what's
Some of them still never get it.
You know what's more unhappy? You know what makes a woman more unhappy? Not having electricity, getting an eviction notice. You feel me? Not being able to go on vacation.
Not being able to get no batteries for their vibrators. Yeah, that shit.
She's stupid.
No, but the point is, I just don't understand why people don't understand that money does make your life easier. Can we at least come to the conclusion that typically when you have more money, your life is a lot easier when you don't have money?
Either man, wait a minute. Wait. No. Either man, you're making the same mistake the podcast was just talking about. You got to be careful how you structure where you say stuff. Money does not make things easier. It makes it better. There's a difference.
I definitely was gonna try to come back at you.
Let me give you an example of what I mean by
easy. I can give you one example. Whenever you have a major issue happen in the home, something breaks down, or a medical emergency, right? While I can jive with the word easy, is if you can afford to fix or rectify whatever situation may arise, say a breakdown on your car, and you have the means to take care of it, you alleviate a lot of stress on your life.
That's still better, though.
I get it. You niggas is saying it's easier because y'all got some low ass expectations.
No, look at it again. Analyze that and look at it again. Things happen in life sometimes that are unexpected.
No, listen.
If you were to say have an accident, and I hate to put it at the extreme, but if you were to have an accident, right? But you have so much expendable income that you can sit in a hospital and go through recovery for 6 months, right? You have the means to take care of your medical bills for 6 months or whatever. You made your life somewhat easy. That's why I can jive with the word easy.
No. See, there's people watching. And you're gonna misguide these people. Okay. When you start making more money, okay, you're able to live a better quality of life But
Mhm.
it's not easier because when you make more money, you don't have the same problems as you did when you were struggling, but you do encounter new problems. So your life doesn't become easier. It just,
All right,
you just get a
hold on.
better quality of life.
Let me ask you this question.
And it makes
Are
you more
you telling me it's not easier to pay a bill if you got more money?
Bruh. But y'all niggas, see, this is what the problem is with you niggas. You niggas are so used to the damn struggle and not being able to pay a goddamn bill that now that you can pay a bill, you think, oh shit, life is easy. That's not what I'm talking about.
I didn't say life would be easier. I said it make things more easier.
Bruh, easier life is not having to pay a bill at all.
Absolutely.
What are you talking
But then you
about?
still I still think you superseded what I said.
What are you talking about? Being able
Absolutely.
to live and not pay any bills, that's easy.
Yeah, we didn't go from
like
making no money to making a lot of money.
Let me now allow.
I think I'm starting to get what you're
your
saying.
better quality of life, right? I'll expound on your better quality of life because I can tackle that and try to do that. Better quality of life. I live in a better neighborhood, so I may not have to worry about crime because I'm in a better neighborhood. I got better schools for my children, so they may, show their potential because they have better teachers, better school systems, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Cool. Granted. So why I said yes, better quality of life. I like that too, being that example that you use. But why I also would say easier is also applicable. Easier is also applicable because now that you have all this better quality of life around you, the only thing you have to worry about now is what you want to eat for dinner.
Bro, check this out.
Nah,
When you move into hold on. You said better because now you can live in a better neighborhood. Well, guess what? Now you got HOA dudes. Now you got to make sure your yard is cut and manicured properly. Now you got to make sure you pull them damn trash cans from the street right after they take the trash, because if you leave them sitting out there too long, they're gonna find your ass. It doesn't get easier. You just have a better quality of life, bro. Because the moment you start making more money and you elevate your lifestyle to a different level, now you got more responsibilities. Now you got more things you got to do, bro. It doesn't make your life easier. It just makes the quality of it better.
Well, hold on.
Hold on. Angry Man, do you know that? I know you might know this. It's companies that you can hire that you can get all your bills sent to them and they pay the bills for you. Well, you don't even have to pay bills no more. That is an easier.
That's another
life.
option you get.
It's the part that y'all missing, Angry Man. Hold on, because this the part that they missing, Angry Man. The part that y'all missing is this. All of that's cute, right? I don't know what they want from me. It's like the more money we come across, the more mothers we see. More money, more problems, right? Here's the thing: the more money you get, the more money you have to continue to get.
Yes.
Now you have to keep grinding and grind even harder to make sure that you maintain that money and that lifestyle that you have going on now. Right?
I see. Hold on 1 second, Angry Man. The problem that podcast is having is hold on. No, this is the problem that you're having, podcast. We're not saying your whole life is going to be easier, but it's certain things are going to be easier because you have money. I'm not saying that you're not going to have more problems.
Either man, check this out. Either man, look, here's the thing. This is what y'all are missing, right? Okay, going back to it, you said, oh, well, you can hire a company to pay the bills for you. The money's still coming out of my pocket.
Absolutely.
Okay. That's one. Wait a minute. That's one. And then number two, let me ask you this. What hurts more, falling off a bike or falling off a 2-story fire escape?
A bike, obviously.
A bike, right? So when you at the bottom, you struggling because you don't have no point of reference. And you're like, man, this is horrible, right? But guess what? What's worse than being at the bottom and struggling is being at the top and falling. It's not easier. It's just a better quality of life. Because once, like Podcast just said, once you get to a certain level, you have to, every level you get to, you have to maintain that level. And it requires something to maintain it.
And that's why you got
not if you're not keeping up with the Joneses. Hold on. No, not if you're not keeping up with. I know. Listen, I get. Just hear me out. What I'm saying. if I'm not keeping up with the Joneses and I'm still sustaining, say I make 250,000, but I'm still living like I make 75,000. Even if I did not sustain that money, it's not going to be harder just because I lost the money because my lifestyle never changed.
So okay, so let me ask you this way.
Frugality.
Let me ask you this. Wait. See, now you talking. Now you really talking crazy, and I'm gonna tell you why you're talking crazy. So what you telling me is that you making north of $250,000 a year, and you still want to live a lifestyle of $70,000 a year.
Expendable income and frugal like a motherfucker.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Wody Mac, you said that. Let me ask you something, Wody Mac. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen a Brinks truck following a hearse?
Nah.
You know why?
I remember this saying before, but I forgot how it goes.
You can't fucking take the damn money with you. What is the point of working your ass off and grinding to get to a certain level if you're going to continue living the same way you did when your ass was struggling?
No, hold on. People,
if I can't eat a man, because I understand, because I have one family member who does something like that, right? A couple of matter of fact, a lot of people in my family who are independent business owners, like my aunt who owns a restaurant and her husband who is a mechanic, right? They have their own home. They live very frugal. I mean, but they own like 4 cars. But I guess 4 cars is not very frugal for 2 people, but they gave the other 2 cars to their daughters when they needed it, so on and so forth. And then other people in my family, like my mother, they do that. I don't know why they have that, but it's like planning ahead for the inevitable. And I think it's something that women do more so, like not being risk averse, trying to squirrel away your money.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
You said they own property, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's what y'all not getting. When you see people out here that are frugal, quote unquote, right?
Yeah.
The reason why it's about income allocation. Just because you don't see them spending the money the way some ignorant nigga would spend the money on fucking jewels and shit like that, it doesn't mean that money's not going somewhere else. You feel what I'm saying? So what you got to realize, what I'm trying to say, it's not about lifestyle that I'm talking about. When I say you're elevating to another level and you got to maintain differently, I'm not talking about you buying more expensive shit. I'm talking about the requirement that comes with making a certain type of money. When you make a certain type of money, you end up with new bills, not fucking a new car or some shit like that. When you get a different type of money, now you got to have accountants. Now you got to have a financial advisor. Now you got to have certain stuff if you want to continue to maintain that money and grow that money.
So Angry Man, this is why I disagree with you. The reason that some people don't spend a whole bunch of money is because they understand that it's not going to last forever. Like it's certain. Hold on.
You disagree with me because you ball, but go ahead.
Okay, cool. So check this out. The point that I'm making is this right here. Is I can say this right here. So 2 years ago, I think I made the most money in my life. And for me, if I would adjust my life to the money that I was making there, I would have put myself in a bad situation. But I didn't do that. What I said is this something that is going to be long term, or is this something that is just short term? That's a season. And some people understand those things. I understood that. Hey, this is a seasonal thing, and don't adjust my life to it. So this idea, just because I'm making the money now, I don't have to spend it now, especially if I have forecasts of my business.
I just want to point out really quickly. I just want to point out that we've gone away from the topic, which was the picture about what men want universally from women, and nobody's crying about it. I wonder why that is. I know why it is. Okay, so here's the thing, Angry Man. I agree with you. I think Eating Man them. I think they slightly on the difference between the word better and harder or easier, right?
Yeah,
I think they might actually be saying the same thing technically, but I do agree that your terminology I think is better. But and this is one of the reasons why I was trying to explain to them earlier that niggas who work every day and make average money and niggas who don't work and got women in their lives. To Aaron point, they women in their lives and they good, like don't care about quote unquote high value or rich or wealthy niggas. Like niggas ain't sitting around thinking about you niggas, right? Because the one thing that we realize is what it took for you to get there, the responsibility that comes along with you maintaining it. And that's the reason why most of them niggas ain't there. It ain't that they can't. This is why, if you notice, I get mad about being gaslit. I don't get mad about being called broke because that's my choice. I don't want to chase the bag because I'm going to have to keep chasing the fucking bag and I don't want to.
But that's,
So I don't chase it.
not true though. See, I used to
How
think
is it
that.
not? Wait. Because before you respond, let me make sure I put this in there. Because that's what I think. That's what I was thinking as we were debating the better versus easier. Is that if you saying that you give a person some money, yeah, I think you could say life would just became easier for them. But when you had to work and grind your way to it, no way.
Hey, Beans, guess what? You know, I think about it like this, Beans. You feel me? I love the game. I love the hustle. I be feeling like one of them ball playing niggas. You feel me? Sure, nigga got bread. Nigga could lead a game. But is they still gonna love me? They still gonna love me, Beans?
But angry man, I think this is where people are wrong. Listen, when I had a job, that was the hardest I worked. But once you put a system in place, when you put managers and people that manage other people, your job is to make sure, like payroll. I think the hardest thing I do right now is making sure people get paid correctly. You can put people in place to free yourself up. Like the idea when you talk about, I know guys who have businesses and they do the same thing you talk about. Y'all did. They on the lake, they golfing, they doing all this stuff because they put a system in place.
So but do you have more? You said you worked harder then, but do you have more responsibilities now?
That's no difference. That's no.
You're responsible for more now.
Well, let me say this. Look, first of all, Eat a Man.
I think I'm responsible for less.
First of all, Eat a Man.
I will take your word for it then.
Look, let me say this to Eat a Man, because you're not talking to the uninitiated, Eat a Man.
Go ahead.
Okay? I have a similar situation to yours. Only thing is I don't have any employees yet. You feel what I'm saying? And part of the reason I don't have any employees yet is because good help is hard to find. I'm pretty sure you know that, right? So the thing is, what podcast is saying is right. Yeah, you may not work as hard as you did before, but that's physical labor. You have more responsibilities now, which is the stress is different. The stress isn't the physical, it's the mental. You have way more responsibility. And sure, you may have put people in place or whatever where you got, you might have found some good people that handle their business and you're able to delegate instead of micromanaging. But let's be real about it. The responsibilities that you have now, as opposed to the responsibilities you had when you was just working a job, if something goes wrong, you're going to be way more stressed than you would at that job where everything else is already handled, right or wrong?
Absolutely.
Well, I think in most situations you're right, but for me, it is wrong. Because I tell people, like, the responsibility they was giving us in the military, having $10 million worth of stuff that we are responsible for versus actually running a business. I think it was way more responsibilities in the military.
You didn't care about that equipment. Cut that. No, hold on. Stop for a second.
I cared about it.
Wait a minute. Let me talk to
$1 billion boat.
Wait a second.
You never seen a flipper. You never seen a flipper before. A flipper will make you care.
Wait a minute. Let me talk to the
I want to crash a submarine.
Hold on. Let me talk to the blue collar working class folks in here, right? Matter of fact, I'm gonna talk to Beans. Beans, you done been a forklift operator before, right?
Absolutely.
Did you give a fuck about that forklift?
Only the first time, because I felt like that was nice to take the key home with me and everything. So could nobody
that shit,
right? After that, man, please. I was leaving the motherfuckers on dead. I wasn't changing the kerosene, the whatever the fuck it is. Man, hell no.
Now watch this though. now Beans, if you would have got to the level to where you owned your own warehouse. Absolutely. And let's say you had about 5 to 10 forklifts. Absolutely. You cared about them then, right?
Absolutely,
different level. You see what I'm
That's a
saying?
fact. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I agree. Angry man, I'm agreeing in the regular world, but I know I might be
Yeah, he
different.
said most people. He said most people, but it's different for him. I
Yeah,
accept
I cared when I was in the military. If you ever get a flipper and that thing got like that is 6 figures and you only make 30,000 a year, they ask you how you gonna pay that 6 figures back. It's a stressful situation. Listen, you stressed out. You like, man, it's gonna take me like 10 years to pay this thing back because we lost this gun.
See, wait. I'm gonna tell you why it's stressful for you. I'm gonna tell you why it's stressful for you. I done peeped this about you, Eater Man. I thought I was a tight nigga, but you a different level of tight, bruh. I can tell. That nigga pitches pennies like a motherfucker, don't you?
Yeah,
but that's why either man will have very little to worry about.
I bet either
for some
man
reason he has a complete fall off.
I bet either man still got penny rollers. You got penny rollers, don't you, bro? Tell the truth. Look at tell the truth. And you wrong, Wody. Let me tell you something, bro. It depends on the dude, because it's not always less stressful. You know what I do every morning when I wake up?
What you do, pray?
I check my bank account balances. Every morning. And you know why? Because I'm so used. Look, this is where me and Beans probably align with each other.
You scared it's gonna disappear. That's why. I know why you do it. I know.
Exactly.
Angry man. No, angry man. You're wrong. I ain't got no penny rollers. I still got quarter rollers and diamond rollers and nickel rollers. And they said take it to the machine. They were like, take the change to the machine. I'm like, no, I ain't taking it to the machine because they gonna charge me too much. So I need to have my rollers. You have the whole family get together and we roll these quarters. And $10.
That is crazy.
I told you
that is crazy.
Man right there.
Hey, but you know what they say though. You know what they say. You know that old saying, the family that rolls quarters together stays together, man.
That's true. That's
You're
true.
doing something right now, goddamn it.
Man, for his whole family, man.
Yeah, y'all gotta roll.
I feel you, but
so y'all gotta roll those pennies, man. Y'all gotta save. So what angry man don't understand is if I get in the pinch, I'm going to my quarters. I'm good. We got enough quarters that we'll be all right. We'll definitely be all right. But we appreciate y'all guys coming over. This was such a great show. I appreciate y'all taking out the time and coming over here. First thing I want to say is, if Aaron, let me tell you, you go to your local bank and they'll give you these for free. Don't you pay for these things because all y'all be going to the dollar store. But the bank got a lot.
So, they will give them to you for free. That is true. But you cheap as hell. You cheap as hell for that.
You'll pay $2 for this and you can get it for free. So yeah, no, you got to roll those quarters, man. Them quarters make a difference in your life. This is something my daddy taught me. My daddy, he used to have like drawers and these big buckets, man. I remember we did his. He had like almost $10,000 in change. That was crazy to me. But we appreciate y'all guys coming over here. Aaron, you got any last words before we get out of here?
I'm here to advocate for all the 50-50 men. I rock with y'all. Ain't gonna never let them talk down on us ever. Because there's different type of men. And at the same way they say women can have their choices, different type of men that exist, men get choices too. Now, if we want 50-50 women, we should have our right to get 50-50 women. That's all I'm saying.
I agree. I'm not knocking it. You got the right to do it, but consequences come with that. But we will see you guys.
Get her after she take half your money, like they did to Bill Gates and they did the other rich guy. After they take half your money, then we're gonna come be 50-50 with them. Shut I am.
Y'all guys have a good night.